So last time on, I didn't think of an actual name for this campaign 2 years ago when we started, and I'm not gonna think of one
Well,
now.
no, it has a name. It's Why Does My Arm Shake When I Eat Dirt? That's what I
Why
keep
does my
calling
arm
it.
shake when I eat dirt? Why do
Me
you
no
keep
care,
eating
you know,
dirt?
see no stock.
Why does my arm shake and my face turn red when I eat dirt? Why the fuck do you eat dirt?
Me no quiero, you know, Senor Stark.
I don't feel so good. Mr. Stark. This nigga eating beans.
Hey! This man eating beans! See, I can yell because there's no one home.
Who touched my beans?
Anyway, last time, most of the party figured they had important business to do. Due to a personal request from their fallen friend and ally, Reginald the Faithful, and the Devoted,
May God rest his soul.
and a request from the nearby town of Howieville.
Yeah.
They have been sent to the nearby continent of Mensiria, a small island with few cities and a small population of people. However small that population of people be, it is quite diverse. This island is the only stop in between the long stretch of Lauren's western shore and the Deadlands continent. So, it is heavily traversed by pirates, adventurers, and occasional merchants.
Wait, there's pirates?
There are many pirates. It's considered a safe haven because nobody wants to travel this far to actually claim the land. Therefore, there are no official kingdom claims there. However, there are large cities who have popped up as small city-states. So technically, it is an uncivilized land with its own governing bodies that it put in place itself.
Captain Raging.
I hate you so much.
Now, you all have heard many rumors about this strange and mysterious land, about people there who have mastered dwarven technology or dark magic constantly at play, or even technical feats the like of which even the powerful Smoghaven can't begin to fathom. But all this you push off to just be rumors of weary travelers, adventurers, and soothsayers. But regardless, after a long 2-month journey aboard, well, what was the name of this ship again, Captain Boyardee?
Oh, God. I don't even remember.
I was trying to think of one that was kind of like a joke, a chef
It's
joke.
the gravy boat.
The gravy boat works. I was gonna say like the Frying Dutchman.
Ooh, I like that better.
Alright, really quick, can I ask where we landed?
We didn't
We're
land.
not
We
landing.
were still sailing when.
You are still sailing at the moment. However, you are
Well-
coming to the end of your journey.
I'd recommend landing
sailing.
here, but there's a giant octopus.
However,
That's
you were
why
told
I
earlier,
recommend we land over here.
your intended location was Burlesque Bay because that is the least civilized city on the continent. And
Look.
being that you are being transported by a known gang of pirates, it was the safest option.
That sounds like a place of
Especially
Can we
since
land,
it is the
somewhere,
only actual coast city.
Can we land somewhere else that are like law-abiding citizen city?
There are no other coast.
Law-abiding citizen city.
Well, before we land, I still have my poem to read.
Yes.
Yes. Because we were like, I think last time we left off, we were like halfway there because we were still sailing.
Well, yeah, you're pretty much there.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure.
You are probably about a day's away.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we've timed roleplay on the boat and I can do my poem at night
Of course.
in the evening as I put on my
So-
performance.
I didn't
Um,
sneeze.
The entire ship is called to the main deck on the last night of the voyage for something of a feast and a party hosted by the pirate chefs.
Yar.
Most of them aren't actually that good at cooking, as they've only picked it up recently.
That's very true, yes.
The best pirate chef there claims he can make orange chicken, but his use of barrels and dead chickens doesn't look quite appetizing.
I'm gonna give him
Very
credit.
true, very
He's
true.
going.
So because of this, you are all free to mingle about the main deck. There is food, there are games, and there's even talk of a show of some kind.
Show.
Now, Friva, it is imperative to note that while you were the first to board, you have maintained within your cabin a majority of this trip, so you have yet to see too many of the other crew. However, being forced out of your cabin for this night only, you are forced to socialize with the rest of the crew and its various passengers.
God damn it.
When did he sneak on the boat?
If you recall, Friva, I will give you that information because we didn't actually go over this yet. You had purchased a ticket and then immediately lost it. So you stowed away on the boat as they were loading your cargo.
As we spent all the time loading my cart.
No, they were loading. Well, the problem is the ship is bringing passengers and passengers' luggage, but they also have to bring their own cargo because there's not that much. There's not that much money in just taking people across, ferrying across this area.
Yes,
So they
just
gotta
general
also bring
knowledge.
supplies and whatnot. So, Friva, you haven't seen what they are carrying. Only you and Pirate Chef Boyardee and his crew would understand that they are shipping piles of hay, airbags,
What?
Yeah, don't worry about it, dude. It's all good.
piles of hay and airbags, and oh shit, what was the third item? Oh, and large piles of pillows.
Oh, of course.
They are only shipping hay, pillows, and airbags. That is the only thing they are shipping.
Hey, what kind of games do they have? Like, what are they playing the best with back then?
Most of the people aboard are playing standard gambling games. Oh, that's right. Store. It's typical gambling games, you know, 21 blackjack. This weird game called Pirates Chess.
Is it just chess, but done by pirates?
That's a good question.
Friva, taking interest in Pirates Chess.
Oh my fucking gosh!
You walk on over, and it appears they are playing a normal game of chess. However, it appears to be this strange form of chess in which every time a piece is taken, the losing party drinks an entire tankard of ale.
That's a lot of ale.
That's a lot of ale. Are they butt chugging it?
That was a good movie.
Family friendly.
No, it's
It's
no.
not.
Fuck no. No, that we're done with that. This doesn't have to be family
Let me
friendly.
tell you.
Austin, do you forget what my character is?
Yeah, no. It was a joke.
About to be as family friendly as fucking Bill Cosby was to his wife.
Okay, maybe that's too far.
Alright, so
Yeah,
We're
apparently
just,
you
we're
have to
just
remember-
saying. I'm just saying. I wouldn't let Howie Fucker pour me a drink.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Nick on the boat is gonna walk up to where the drinks are and definitely pour himself 2 big pints of ale,
Question, Spencer.
and I'm a double fisted.
Oh my
Got
God.
it. Yes.
Question: have I seen the other fuckboys, and have the fuckboys seen me?
You have. You thought you noticed Raging Fist, but you can't be too positive.
Okay, well, I feel like I know Raging Fist since he tried to kill me
Really
on 4
quickly.
separate occasions.
Obviously, I need to gain the respect of the crew, so I
I'm
take
the
off
crew.
my monk robes, revealing my chiseled chest, and I go over to the pirate's chest and request a game.
Are they gay? Wait, I'm
Okay.
there.
Yes. Now that Raging Fist has approached Friva, Raging Fist is. It's obviously Raging Fist.
Okay.
just as you left him just a few weeks prior.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh.
Raging Fist, you look across
Oh,
the
no.
table and the crowd of people to see what used to be your bounty and your begrudging ally for a small time.
Oh no. Oh yes.
So, the ale,
Yeah, ale. I jump overboard. No.
And he's out of the campaign again.
No.
And there he goes, folks.
And then you hear cheering and screaming and clapping. Checkmate! Now I get to sleep with your wife.
Hold on, I storm over there, and I point at him. That's immoral.
You still up to the pirate as he just finished his game of pirate chess. You say, that is immoral. He looks up at you, quite surprised, and also quite happy, and says, let me tell you a thing or two about morals.
He's choking.
Morals.
Oh.
Are for landlubbers and fucking... What'd you call him? What'd you call him, Franklin? What'd you call him? He points to a completely unconscious man on the ground.
Who gurgles his mouth just a little bit.
You know, monk's training
Fish
is
lovers. Are you a fish lover?
Is he talking to Raging or me?
He's talking to Raging, but
I
he's
slap
pointing...
him across the face. I've been a sailor for years. Of course I've made love to fish.
I'm gonna need you to roll intimidation.
Yeah, sure. Alright, let me go find it. It's been a while since I've used this character sheet. Is it bluff or like, hold on, I'm looking through this.
No, it should be
Yeah.
intimidation.
Intimidate.
Hey, guy.
Hang
Raging.
on.
Raging, Joey, out of character.
Yeah?
Can you send me a picture of Raging?
It's gonna take a while.
Can you do it, like, right now? I need it.
No, you don't.
No, I really do. It's gonna be great. I'm making a meme.
So, the drunk pirate
Hold on.
looks to you in shock with a red handprint across his face before looking up at you and saying,
Kinda like
"You a
this.
seaman?"
Oh, man.
Aye.
Aye, Captain!
I got respect for a seaman.
Oh, God.
Good.
Is that
Then let us
Raging?
settle this with a game of pirates' chess.
Is that a euphemism?
A game of pirates chess, eh? You know the rules.
Do I know the rules?
Do you?
Do I know the rules?
Oh, fucking
Sure.
Roll for it.
Roll for it.
Well, do you want the standard bet then?
Is
Oh,
it
the
sleeping with?
high
Is it sleeping with his wife?
The high risk bet. Not many people offer that. Very well, very well. The captain won't take kindly to this. Now,
Well, what,
but
just really quick, what's the high risk bet?
a high risk bet, definitely worth it.
He's rusty, dude. You gotta explain it to him.
Yeah, just
You're betting me your life in servitude against a pick from the treasure in our hold.
Do it. You won't, pussy. Come on, Raging. You can do it.
You may take any one item from our great hoard.
That's a high risk bet. I thought it was more alcohol.
I thought it was for Captain Two to the ship.
The traditional bet is I get to either sleep with your wife, your mother, or your husband.
The drinking part still applies, right?
Of course.
Perfect. Let's play.
Do you know how to lose in a game of pirates chess?
Of course he does. He's the smartest.
I would
Then
like
there's
to-
no need to explain.
Please.
Very well, you seem rusty. At which
on him,
point,
guys,
the
I can't get
pirate
drunk.
pulls up a massive pint of ale. As you challenged me to the game, you get the handicap. And he gives you a much larger pint, still filled to the brim. He pulls out his small half-pint tankard and says, "First, we both drink."
This is
And then we drink again.
Hold on. Before we drink, allow me to get a quick word with my advisor. I then look for Howie Fucker and see if he's in the crowd.
Howie Fucker is about the crowd, but he's kind of far away.
I just realized something.
What?
Jerry, we talked about this forever ago.
Could I roll to see how loud
Message me.
shout boy Howie?
The range of shouting is, I think, about 120 feet, and this ship is a bit larger than that. So you can shout for him. There's no guarantee he'll hear you, though.
But Howie can always hear when somebody cries his name.
However, there's a large amount of other people
He's
screaming
not
and cheering
crying
as
your
well.
name.
This is not a silent ship.
Howie. I'm gonna. Come on, let's start shit, everybody. Howie. Howie.
Quit your stalling and take a drink.
Around this time, McRee is going to partake in some of this pirate's chess.
There is a second table set up.
All right,
Just
Now-
start butt chugging and
I'm-
then
I'm
he'll bet you.
already
the alcohol down.
two pints. So
Spencer, I walk over around the crowds of people to see what's going on.
You finally come over to see a large crowd of people surrounded around this pirate chess table. There is one full table with Raging Fist and an unknown sailor, presumably one of the pirates. And a table with only one seat full, taken by Mickery.
Oh no.
Now, quit your yabbering and take a drink, he says as he grabs his tankard.
Oh, of course. I just
Count of
chugged
three,
it
we
down.
both chug.
I'm already chugging.
1, 2, you've just finished by this point. And he begins to chug. And he immediately falls over unconscious.
That's immoral.
It's first one to pass out drunk. It's first one to pass out drunk.
That's one of the ways to lose.
Well,
You pass out,
time for round
you
2.
lose. No, that's it, you lose. You won.
No, I get up and then I go sit over by McCree.
Alright, as you're about to take McCree's seat, someone else takes a seat. It's
yeehaw, cowboy.
across the table from McCree is it's your boy Guzman now.
Oh, it's him.
Where is it?
I have found a pretty accurate
What fucking
depiction.
race is it? God damn it.
I think I found a pretty fucking hell.
Oh, he,
Internet.
Did somebody put a hot pocket in the toaster again?
It's a
No,
human
it's
about a
just-
couple inches smaller than yourself, adorned in mostly darkened wares. His equipment seems quite basic and natural in form. If you would guess, you'd say he's some form of ranger or wilderness expert, simply by the way he carries himself and the gear he has upon himself.
So this wilderness expert is smaller than my druid. No, smaller than my dwarf.
No, he's not smaller than the dwarf, but he is smaller than Raging Fist.
That's true. That's fair enough.
Because Raging is like 6'4".
Yeah, Raging's a big homeless guy for some reason.
Am I on the
Said
ship
I was
as well?
homeless.
Yes, you are on the ship.
Everybody on the ship, come on, dude. Let's all go play some druid's chess.
No, he's 6
Pirate's
foot.
chess.
Still.
Okay, I need to make
Druid's chess.
Yeah, pirate's chess. We just drink.
Yeah, you drink and you play chess. The first person to lose or pass out loses their wife.
Loses their wife. Unless you want to do indentured servitude.
I haven't had one in 50 years.
It's not even indentured servitude, it's just slavery.
It's pirate indentured servitude, which means you will definitely be sold to sex slaves.
You will definitely be sold to a sex slave. Yeah, they are going to the perfect place for it, too.
I mean, with a name like Burlesque.
Burlesque
So-
Bay, yes.
I'm not
Especially on a boat
gonna
called the
pirate
Gravy
ships.
Boat.
Oh, dude, the Gravy Boat's a pirate, was like the hangout boat, and you know it.
Is there an open table for Pirate Chest yet?
There is now an open table.
I would like to walk over and sit down at the table.
You take a seat at the table. However, everyone else now seems to be occupied by this other game about to take place
That's fine,
between Mikri and an unnamed third party.
because you're still trying to figure out his name.
I know his name, but you don't know his name.
Yeah, you know his name, you fucking dickhead.
Whoa.
And have fun role-playing this, Clayton, if you wanted to bring Chef Boyardee to make this even harder on you.
I honestly don't know how I'm supposed to roleplay with myself.
Please, please, please play with yourself.
I'm not playing for myself on camera.
It's not that kind of show.
Really? You're making it that kind of show.
Now,
How he always has the best shows.
the
But
strange third party silently sets up the chessboard before pouring a tankard of grog for both.
Alright, see, and Mick Ray is already like double-fisted 2 pints, so
He's about to lose.
he's already a little tipsy. Just a
He
bit though.
tosses the pint over to you and motions for you to take a drink.
Oh, well, with pleasure. He's gonna pick it up and like try to go for a cheers, but really, really badly misses. Like he almost like drops it. Like he leaned way too far over the table, and then like comes back into his chair hard enough where like he kicks the first 2 legs up, and then just starts like downing it.
Okay. You begin to down the ale. All the while, you feel like there might be something funny about it. It tastes slightly off. And the second you reach the bottom, you can feel your vision waver before everything goes black and you hit the floor.
Well, he's dead.
Completely unconscious.
Oh no.
Extremely
Wait,
loud
wait.
snoring just immediately erupts from Nick Reed's fat.
Many
plump
people
body.
shout from nearby, "We have a winner!"
And obviously the entire party's just like clapping in the background. Like,
Good job. Good job.
It should be way better with a golf clap, like, oh yes, yes. Indubitably.
Indubitably.
I had the same idea.
Now feel free. Mikri's unconscious. I mean,
I don't know what the fuck I was supposed to do.
I
well,
don't know. It's your character.
now Boyardee can come out.
well, to the victor goes the spoil. He's all yours.
You know, okay, well now that Mick Reed's unconscious, we're like, what are we gonna do? This one can't even hold his liquor down. He's gonna grab him by the collar, and he's gonna drag him away.
Got it.
At this point, I was convinced like he was getting thrown overboard. You know, just kill him.
Just kill McRee right here.
The pirate you faced, raging, finally rouses back up. A little bit of vomit escaping from his mouth.
You see this, Spencer?
Yeah, I just saw it. And he,
Oh,
can't escape from crossing fate. What?
Oh my god.
I got Photoshop just now, and I literally bought
Oh
Photoshop.
shit, I got
just to do
Premiere.
Hold up. I'm pulling that up on the stream so everybody can see
You
that.
did not buy
You get your
Photoshop
fight stick
just to
comic.
do that.
I bought the entire Creative Cloud just to do that.
Right now, but you're
Yes, I
broke.
just did. I bought it all. I bought all 12 apps.
Too late. All right. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Okay.
Alright.
So the pirate looks over to Raging Fist. Did I
Anyone else
win?
want anything? Does anyone else want anything
No,
photoshopped?
into the victor goes the spoils.
Very well. Come with me to the hole. Don't let the captain know.
Of course, I follow.
Yo, once it was
About this time, the ranger-looking man is gonna walk back with a cowboy hat and a gun at his hip.
Now, before we I pick my treasure, perhaps you'd like a chance to redeem yourself with a good old-fashioned fist fight to show you're a real man, a real
A fist
seaman.
fight. A fist fight, you say?
Yeah, can't take an old man.
Oof, oof.
Well, a good sporting fist fight would be pretty fun. to
Perhaps that would be a good fight. Well then, come on. I'll give you the first punch.
All right, going first punch.
Sucker punch him.
All right, I'm gonna do an unarmed strike.
I sucker punch him in self-defense. No, that's not what a sucker punch is.
I take him out.
Hold on. I gotta look this up. Vital
Sporting
strike.
event. Oh my god.
Just fucking explode.
You're gonna kill a man.
Okay. When you use this attack action, you make one attack at your highest base attack bonus that deals additional damage. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So what's your highest base attack bonus?
Let me look.
Plus 20.
Where did I check
It's
that?
like a +4 or something. But, your character sheet?
My strength is 5, so that.
No. Go to your core.
Yeah, I'm in core.
BAB under classes.
Oh, BAB.
8.
Oh, okay. 8. So, allow me to roll.
So what is it? It's 8 plus whatever you roll, I think. Yep. Okay.
That's. You know, I'll just roll 2 d20s.
I don't think D20s are your fucking.
What?
Wait, are they your fucking? No, you guys don't give you D20 in damage.
No, I'm rolling to like hit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. Well, to hit. But you're rolling damage. I'm
Can't
confused.
escape from crossing fate.
Okay, that's a hit. Roll for damage.
All right, now I just gotta figure out what my damage was. This has been...
It's a D100.
It's been a while.
It's been like 2 months.
All right. My melee damage.
I got 5 silver on the on the tall man.
Okay, there we
The
go.
one that's not scruffy.
There you go.
9
Plus 8.
plus 8.
You.
I-
Nope.
I'm gonna do a classic strike in the jugular, saying my famous lines. Raging fist.
At which point he spits out his fake teeth and falls to the ground, completely unconscious.
That was fast. I'm glad no one took me up my bed.
I start kicking him to make sure he wakes up.
You start kicking him. More blood profusely spouts from the top of his head.
As this happens,
I don't know how to do medical.
I'm going to approach Raging Fist.
Hello.
Wow, you really look like you could handle yourself in a fight.
Oh.
Hey guys, if you guys aren't
I
doing
have a
anything,
little
somebody's talking.
experience.
What did you say, Joey?
I didn't
have a
say
little
anything.
experience.
I said.
Oh my
if you-
god. I did
Oh
not
my
say Tommy or Jerry. I said Joey.
I heard Jerry.
I heard
No,
Jerry.
get it out, Tommy. Get it out.
Hey, you heard Jerry and still fucking.
Tommy he still spoke.
I was trying to say, if you guys aren't doing anything, please send me stock images. I need them.
We're definitely doing something.
Well, no, not everyone is.
It was a lucky
Let's
punch,
type it in
Joey.
chat.
It was a lucky punch.
Oh, it's
I
definitely
waited off.
more than a lucky punch. I could tell by your form, and how you named your attack before you threw it. You see, I'm a bit of a monk myself.
Oh.
Oh yes, I
Yeah.
am.
Woo!
I'll give you some pictures of children. How about that?
You know, the
No,
days
I
at the
can work with
monastery
that.
can get pretty lonely. No, I
Wah,
didn't say
wah,
that.
wah, wah.
I am
We're this
definitely
close.
a man. Am I a man?
Oh. Where'd you train? What's your monk style?
Well, I picked up my monk style because I'm through the forest. You know, I'm also a druid.
What?
What? Yeah, I'm a druid and I'm a monk.
Oh my God, Shutterstock makes you pay.
I-
He's royalty
I
free, by
see.
the way.
Hey guys, we completed our
Hey, you
side
know
quest.
Don't.
Do it.
Okay.
And, yeah, I'm listening still. I'm just. He offered, and I had to try.
We completed our side quest, guys. We got the druid.
Drop it in Boss Bunny when you
You
do.
got the druid.
I think they want a kind of different druid.
Yeah, you know.
Ask him a bit more about druid stuff.
What's your
like you-
druid experience? Do you have a resume?
Actually, I do have a resume. I carry with me because you never know when you need to pick up side jobs.
Oh yeah.
When in and around, yeah, I really I tend to do a lot of farming work. I don't like the city as most druids. Yeah, what's really odd is it's a little different for me. Is I really think that the plague isn't that bad. And I think that's what sets me out among most other people.
Well, I'm looking at your resume here, and I'm actually, despite your faults, I think we can hire you.
All right, well that's wonderful.
Yeah. Are you fine having internal servitude to helping a small village thrive?
In terms, helping a small village thrive, well, I'll have to take a look at the village.
Well, it's
I mean,
it's a little bit of a shithole. You got Smoghaven just a little ways away from.
Oh
it.
yeah, don't even talk about Smoghaven. I'd rather burn that motherfucker to the ground. I do it myself, but it's too big.
That's immoral.
Shit.
But yeah, I think we could use you.
All right.
If you wanna look at the area, just take your time. Are you a pirate?
Are you a pirate?
Oh no, I'm definitely not a pirate. I mean, I say that as I'm wearing Mick Reed's cowboy hat and his gun at my hip. Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely not a pirate.
Spencer,
Hey, that hat looks very familiar. You have the account.
I mean, it should definitely be familiar. I mean, it was that dwarf's hat.
Pirates.
Well, yeah, he lost.
Oh no, I completely understand. To
Yeah.
the victor goes the spoils. I always say.
Oh yeah, and I mean,
Anyways.
if he had a wife, I'm not gonna fuck his wife. I'm not like cruel. I'm just gonna take a shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, can you help me get this guy up? I'm kind of having like a little deal going on.
I'm gonna get him up.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna bend over, and I'm gonna slap him a couple times in the face. But hey, Bally, wake up here!
You keep slapping him, and you smell a large, pungent stench emit from somewhere on his body.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Is he wearing a lot?
He shit himself.
It's his left knee.
Can I tell where the smell's coming from?
After a brief instant, you can tell that it's coming from somewhere within his pants.
Has he thrown up yet?
He has a bit, but not a lot.
Hold on. I can't. Is there any water nearby I can throw on his face?
Not that you can access.
Hey,
There's a
I'm
lot of
pretty
alcohol.
sure, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the nearest mug and just pour it over on his head.
You pour a mug of ale over his face, and he begins to convulse rapidly, and it appears he's vomiting, but the way he's laying forces all the vomit to stick in his throat.
Oh
God.
yeah.
He's
I'm gonna
joking.
look and go. All right, so I'm just gonna stand over.
I then jump and I know only one way, and I do the my version of the Heimlich maneuver, except it just punched him in the gut.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. So in my experience, he's choking on his own vomit, and he's probably gonna die. It's not your fault, though. He's
so
the one
I
choking on
punched
his own vomit. I mean, it's just his time to go.
Can I just can I roll medicine on this just to make sure? This
Go
makes
for it.
sense?
Roll medicine.
Do you like
Yeah, I
it?
saw it. I see it. You could have cropped it a little bit so they were like about the same size, but
All right, hold on. I gotta find
No, but
medicine.
the problem was both images.
Or
were
would it be
slow
heal?
motion. I had to make it bigger, or else it wouldn't look right.
Bill Cosby needs to be a lot bigger.
You know what? Fuck. Give me a second. Fuck.
All right, I'm gonna roll heal because that seems like it's medicine in this.
yeah. You turn him over and he begins to vomit outwards instead of through his throat.
He's cured.
Yeah,
He seems to be breathing somewhat.
I think he's gonna pull through.
And yes, it was Jared Fogle.
He still owes me stuff. Let's go get more alcohol.
All right, yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay.
I got
Oh
one.
wait, no, wait. I saved it to the wrong place.
Okay. Now, let's see. Lyra. What are you doing?
Just kind of watching them punch this
I understand.
old
Got
man.
it. Got it. Miyoka is muted. Oh, there you go.
There, I made it bigger.
What are you doing during this amazing pirate party?
Sitting on the edge of the boat.
Okay. Okay.
Just,
Gotcha.
just there.
Alright, so Tommy, I got one for you.
Oh my fucking god. Now that I have Photoshop, you guys are just gonna ask me to Photoshop random shit.
No, no,
I
no,
mean, I wanted you to make thumbnails, on multiple occasions, but somebody just didn't answer.
Actually, okay, I need to stop for a second just to give Tommy this.
Oh my fucking god.
No, Tommy, you don't understand. Like, you can't say anything, and you need to do it.
There you go. There's one for you, Tommy. You know it.
Spencer,
I know you know
really
it.
quick. Does he look like he's gonna wake up anytime soon?
No.
Can't escape.
All right,
Cross
so-
of fate.
I memorized his face, right? I
Right.
just examined, so I know I won't forget it.
Okay.
Then I'm just gonna say, you know what? I'll get that stuff when he wakes up. And then I'm gonna go walk up to Miyoga.
Yeah.
Time to be the day. I say to myself as I sit down on the rail. How's it going, sport?
Fine, just watching the ocean.
Fish?
Nope.
Nope, fuck fish.
Booze. Booze always helps. When you're just in that deep thought,
You're offering me alcohol?
Sure. Yeah, back in my hometown, it was the moment you could walk, the moment you could buy booze.
That seems pretty messed up.
Are there any fishing poles aboard?
Swear to God, if you screw up this fishing roll,
You know what? I'm gonna get you some. I'll get you some.
Spencer!
Get back to me when you do that one. You gotta do that. Yeah, okay, go ahead. You look about for fishing rods.
Do I have to
Spencer, you're gonna regret what I do to this one.
do I have to roll a search? Something?
No, it's actually pretty simple. Same thing for the last one, Tommy. Get it?
No. You'll see what I do here.
And you find something of an angling rod, yes.
Hey. I want to go fishing, just like off the back of the boat.
Okay.
You guys
You
remember that orc?
roll survive.
Does anybody want to buy the house from the Brady Bunch for $2 million?
Okay. You spend most of the night fishing, and after a couple hours, you finally grab hold of a large marlin.
Nice.
However, you spent hours doing that.
I don't care. I got a marlin. How heavy we talking?
Quite heavy. About 15 pounds.
Ooh.
Not
Is there
heavy
any-
for a marlin, but heavy for you. It's actually kind of a small marlin.
Alright, these are fishing pirates, so they obviously have milk, right?
They do not have milk.
They have anything that's like, they have like food coloring, anything like that?
No.
Any kind of white liquid. Never mind, not gonna go there.
Tommy, I'm waiting for it.
I'm doing Spencer's first.
Ah, damn it.
This one's important.
Alright, do they have food?
Yes, they have food.
What kind of food?
It's mostly oranges and chicken. Along with some pasta.
I get some chicken. I get
Mhm.
some pasta.
There's a big jar of rose petals.
I'll stick with this. I then walk up to Miyoka and say, I brought you some fish.
Bitch. Oh wait.
Whoa, calm down there, buddy.
I then set it down next to her and I say, take your time.
Thanks.
I'm gonna eat some twigs.
I then
Reach into
walk
my
up
bag.
in front of everyone and I say, everyone may I have your attention.
Oh, yeah, all right. With my tiny little champagne glass and my bag with like twigs, just as a munching snacks, you know.
Do I have their attention?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a night.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, do I have the fishing group's attention?
You have most of the deck's attention.
Alright. Recently, we've lost a dear friend. Someone who was close to me. Not just as a friend, not just as family,
As a lover.
but as a lover.
I hate you.
Aye. Most of the pirates say, "We too miss well fucker Joe."
No, you worthless sea dogs! I'm talking about my precious. Reginald!
Hey, man.
Well fucker Joe.
I'm gonna like
Whoever disrespects
comedically
him,
like
I will
lean
fight
in.
you.
I'm gonna comedically lean in with like my hand over so they can't hear me. Like so I'm about to be like, dude, Will Fucker Joe was a really cool guy. You might want to like tone it back a bit, right, man? He tried
My
the
dear
impossible.
friend,
He tried to
how
fuck
he-
3 whales at once.
Holy
Son of the
shit,
whales,
3
a whale
whales?
Yeah,
I
dude,
say
3 whales.
Alright, but never mind that. Howie Fucker now has a poem in memory of my dear friend Reginald.
I stand up and I step on top of the table that pirate chest was being taken place on that I've been sitting at, and I take off my shirt. If I have not already shirtless, I take off my shirt.
What up, man?
And I raise one hand into the air, all Shakespeare-like, and
Shakespeare, we're not Breakfast Club, you dipshit.
Alas, poor Yorick, and he's holding like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bottle of
yeah.
alcohol.
yeah, because Tommy, the Breakfast Club does not work for a poem, okay? Right? That works for walking away, not for a poem.
Fuck your poem.
I'm sure you'd like to. So I raise my hand.
Most people do. It may be.
Yeah.
But
I raise my hand, all Shakespeare-like, and I announce to the entire ship, I wrote this poem in honor of Reginald, and it is titled, "O Reginald, my Reginald." Let us begin. I take a sip of ale, and I start. O Reginald, my Reginald, our fearful trip is almost done. The cart has weathered every rack, and the prize we sought is won. The port is near, and the bells I hear, the people all exciting, while follow eyes and steady kneel, the vessel grim and daring. But oh heart, 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 oh the bleeding drops of red, where in the ground my Reginald lies, fallen cold and dead. O Reginald, my Reginald, rise up and hear the bells. Rise up, for you the flag is flung for you, the bungle trills. For you brought in ribbon wreaths for you the shores a-crowding, for they call the swaying mass, their eager faces turning. Here, Reginald, dear Reginald, my friend, this arm beneath your head. It is some dream that on the ground you've fallen cold and dead. My Reginald does not answer, his lips are pale and still. My Reginald does not feel my arm, he has no pulse or will. The cart is bleak, safe and sound, its voyage closed and done. From fearful trip the victor cart comes in the object won. Exult, O travels, and rings, O bells, but I with mournful tread walk the ground my Reginald lies, fallen cold and dead. And how he
Jesus,
takes a bow.
Gary.
Yeah, I wrote that whole thing. What do
I
you
then
think?
Stand up without my shirt, cry out, tears running down my chest. Oh, Reginald. Oh, Reginald.
This has been sitting on my desktop for like 3 months.
Maybe you roll a performance.
Performance check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk in right after fishing and hold up my fish. I caught a fish.
Seeing as this is actually the last portion of the night's events, before you want to get the fuck below deck so they can prepare to dock.
Looking for performance.
Everyone dicks out for Reginald.
Most of the pirates bow their heads solemnly. Many people in the crew do. A single pirate says, almost reminds me a bit of Whalefucker Joe.
I am gonna pick that guy up
Tears
and throw him off the
to
ship.
my eyes.
Can I roll that?
Clearly, they were both great and
Funny
powerful
guy.
men.
One would fuck a whale. The other had the ability to.
I don't know, Whalefucker Joe didn't get that name just because he wanted to.
I'm talking about Reginald had the power to.
Well,
He had the
exactly.
spirit.
I mean, so obviously Whalefucker Joe did too.
May I say, Reginald had the big dick energy.
You know who had the biggest dick?
Say it and you go overboard.
Fuck 3 whales at once.
I'm just saying Whalefucker Joe was a receiver.
I grab him.
Okay,
I wanna
let
grab him and throw him overboard.
He goes slamming overboard before someone says, "No! Why? Big hugs, Steven! Known for giving the biggest hugs."
I will take his spot. Hey, where's that guy that I beat in chess? He owes me stuff.
Oh. You mean lightweight Lenny?
Where's lightweight Lenny?
You look over and he's still unconscious in the ground.
God damn it.
He's dead.
Hey. I go over and I check his pulse.
I think you killed him.
At which point, a single booming voice from a large, dark-skinned, muscular but tubby pirate screams out, "All right, crew to the deck, get on your stations, passengers to your cabins. We plan to land by morning."
Oh god, I can't do that.
Ooh,
free stuff
yay,
right now.
landing.
I pick him up. I dust him off. Is he awake when I put him on his feet, or is he still out?
No, he
All right,
immediately
just let
falls back
go.
over.
Damn it. Hey, does anyone... Wait a minute. I reach into my backpack, and I get my rope, right?
Mm-hmm.
This has to work. I tie it to his foot. Hey, the pirate who just robbed my friend, the one with the cowboy hat.
I didn't rob your friend, but yes.
You earned it. All right. Here, give me a hand with this.
Oh, okay.
I
alright.
start carrying a lightweight Lenny.
Alright, I'm gonna grab him by his feet and I'm like, alright, we're gonna throw him overboard?
Yep. This'll wake him up. 3, 2, 1. Alright, we toss him overboard with the rope, and I grab onto the rope.
Roll survival.
This is gonna be the one where I get a 1, isn't it?
Hey, well, I mean, lightweight Lenny, he looks
The knot
like...
comes undone and he falls into the ocean.
and there he blows.
Oh, Ah, well, I was gonna say it would have been good bait to catch a nice fish, but I mean, you
Tie
kind
a
of
rope
just
to my foot. Tie me a rope. Tie a rope to my foot. I tie it. Can you hold on to this?
Yes.
I hand it to him. Will you?
I'll do my best.
I jump in.
Okay, so, Vivian,
Yep.
I'm gonna need you to make a unskilled strength.
Okay. This one.
This is gonna be the end of Bridging Fist, isn't it?
Raging Fist, you go slamming into the side of the ship, taking 1 damage,
I held on too strong.
as you are then immediately dropped into the water and thrashed about as the ship seems to be moving much faster than you anticipated.
Is he still holding onto the rope?
Yes, but just barely.
Alright, I want to grab Lightweight Lenny.
Lightweight Lenny is probably about a nautical acre away from you at this point.
Spencer?
Yes. There you go.
Oh no.
Wow. This boat's moving a little faster than I thought it was.
You're the worst.
Lenny! Lenny! Do I hear a response?
Thank you, Tommy. No, he's still unconscious and possibly dead at this point.
I'm hold on, I gotta look at the castaways.
Here's like the actual one.
Lenny,
correct
come
one.
back, Lenny.
You are a terrible person.
Who, me?
I'm putting that on the stream. You're a terrible person.
I
I
didn't do
told him to
anything.
do it. I told him to do it.
I know.
Did you do mine yet?
It's on the.
I
It's
know,
on
I'm
stream
working
now.
on it.
You're a terrible person, and I just want you to know that.
Boy.
Spencer,
Alright.
here's the other one. It's the same thing, just the other title.
She doesn't have a
Uh,
nose.
As Lenny descends above the wave, raging, you are beginning to lose your breath, and your vision is darkening.
Wait, I don't have that. Give me a minute. I'm gonna swim back. I'm gonna climb up the rope.
Austin.
You are only barely swimming back. Vivian,
boy.
you would have to help him back up.
Well, I don't know if he wants me to pull back yet. I haven't
No,
heard him
it's
tug on the
not.
rope.
I tug on the rope.
Okay, Vivian, make a strength.
I hope you know what
save.
you're asking me to make you right
Strength save?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, where are the saves in this?
Make sure the correct one's on the left.
Defenses?
now. I know which one's gonna go to the left. No,
If
trust me,
you-
you're gonna love this one.
I can't
You
walk
know
on
what,
water,
don't
can I?
Where is it? I mean, you can, but with the way you went in there, no. The actual name of the ability, if you will, that. Click on that.
Did what, strength?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that again.
You lost the rope.
Raging, I'm gonna need you to
Raging
make.
Fist just died.
I'm gonna need you to also roll strength.
Hey, Austin, I need a different.
Alright, what
image
kind of strength?
the,
A strength
second
save?
one.
Yeah.
Of the second one?
Yeah, because it's not going
Alright,
into
that's on a
Photoshop.
core.
Just get,
That's the 2, right?
yeah.
Right.
I just need a better image of it. Or a different one.
Vivian, you almost lose hold and Raging pulls it. But you barely hold on with a single hand,
This one
and
over.
Raging, you pull yourself up to the side so you're no longer in the water.
That one's actually.
I'm
How
gonna-
high up is the ledge that I can grab onto?
About 4 decks, so approximately 50 feet.
So I'm gonna look down and go, oh hey Raging, did you get him?
Did you get it?
No, he died of alcohol poisoning before we threw him into the water.
However,
Oh,
aren't you high enough to
that's sad.
run up vertical surfaces at this point?
Let me check. That'd be under abilities, right?
I think so, yeah.
Acrobatic, dodge. You know what? I have a jump roll high enough to
You can
jump.
just roll jump, yeah.
Where's the
It's-
jump?
It's acrobatics, but you get like a plus 20.
Alright,
You
I-
add your level or something along those lines.
yeah, here, let me just roll acrobatics. Alright, I'm just gonna kind of use acrobatics to get back up.
Yeah, you easily scale up the side of it, do his little flip on the inside. As the large, burly, dark-skinned pirate begins shouting, "What you doing? Get below deck!"
Aw. I'm gonna take my champagne glass and my twig snacks and head below deck.
So we can agree that he died from alcohol poisoning before we threw him in the water, right?
I agree to that.
Austin is a horrible
I have no
person.
idea if he was breathing. I didn't check his vitals.
So you all go down below deck finally.
Oh wait, no.
Yeah, yes.
Austin.
No.
I need a picture of the one.
Okay, so you all go down below deck,
Yeah.
and early
Hey, can you
morning
guys just
comes,
fucking message each other?
Yeah.
Probably.
and early morning comes once again. However, when you all exit your cabin, you see sailors running about. It doesn't appear they have docked yet. It appears they're still sailing, but this time very frantically. So all of you, having awoken at exactly the same time, luckily enough, go
How
up to the top
convenient.
deck. Go up to the top deck to see that you are in fact still on the water.
Well, that's better than being under it.
On the other side of the deck, you
But,
see a large, burly pirate as he saunters over to you. Change of plans.
I got one, Austin. Don't worry.
Turns out our chief navigator went missing last night.
Oh, is that Lightweight Wenny?
Yeah,
Yeah, he died of alcohol poisoning and he fell in the water.
well,
Yeah, we saw it
the strange
happen.
thing is, our backup navigator also went missing. Big hugs, Steven.
Oh,
Oh,
oh. I mean, well,
And with our
wasn't
primary
he-
navigator, whale fucker Joe, long dead,
uh,
we got a little bit off course. Now, we eventually found the way with our tertiary navigator. However, we made a slight blunder. We took a bit of hull damage and won't make it back to Burlesque Bay.
Oh, so where are we landing then?
We're going to land in a small dock on the northern side of the island.
Where we dropping?
wait, do we even know if we're gonna land? Like, do we even know where land is?
Now, when we dock there, we're gonna have to get you off and recuperate with you on Burlesque Bay. We'll be there in a couple months' time, with the ship fully fixed.
Oh, can we just walk there in like half that time?
You could walk to Burlesque Bay in that time, but no guarantee our ship would be fixed in time.
I say
Oh.
we just walk.
If we try to make it to Burlesque Bay without the emergency repairs, we will surely sink. However, we can't fully repair for the full voyage until we get to Burlesque Bay.
Well, how long would it take for us to walk?
To Burlesque Bay? Well, if
Yeah.
you're truly intent on going there, from the northern dock, it's about a 2-week journey.
Well, that's not too bad.
So
However,
we can just grab
we can
some
rough
planks
it.
out of the conveniently
However,
placed
I
plank
warn
barrel.
you, there is a large amount of wilderness between here and there. However, I do know of a small hamlet named Taravale. I recommend stopping there. There's a decent tavern there. An inn.
Oh, I'm done.
And how far away would it be from where we're docking?
From where we're docking, it's about a day's trip.
Hmm.
I'd like to ask, what's kind of like the nature around this area? Like, is there forests? Is there any kind
It's primarily plains, some forest. Now, I do warn you of the desert. I've heard tales of the desert. Old and ancient, eating the land like a plague.
of Lost City?
I think it's just an old urban legend, a kid's tale. But you never know.
I see.
Now that being said, we should be docking in about an hour. Get some grub from below deck. I hear the captain cooked his fine ravioli.
Ooh, ravioli! I'm gonna immediately head down.
I'm actually gonna go find the captain.
I'm gonna start skipping down below deck, humming about food.
I am following.
Mmm.
I walk over to
He's making art.
I walk over to the captain, Chef Boyardee.
Yeah, he's sitting there with cobbler's tools out.
Now, hey, good old, it's my nephew, or my uncle, whichever one it was.
Oh, he's your uncle.
Hey, uncle, long time no talk.
Oh, hey, Regine, how you doing?
You could have made
Yeah.
a C joke there, and you didn't.
It's good to
Long
see.
time no
But,
see.
Anyways, so you know one of your crew fell overboard yesterday. Lightweight
Oh.
Lenny.
Oh, you mean? Well, I mean, I think my boy, my crew was telling me that he died of alcohol poisoning. I mean, I did see you guys playing some
Yeah.
pirates chess.
Yeah, he
And
drank
he-
a little too much.
Yeah, and he is a lightweight. Well, how much did you drink?
Well, he drank, yes, and then in an ill turn of fate, as he passed out, he started choking on vomit.
Oh, well, I
In an
mean,
attempt to save his life, I tried giving him CPR, but he choked out.
well, how much did lightweight Lenny drink?
A
You
lot.
know, he could only really do like a shot, and that's pretty much it.
Shot, shot,
No,
shot,
we
shot,
had
shot, shot.
him drink. We were doing hindsight,
Everybody.
so he drank
Oh.
a lot more than he should.
Oh,
have.
a half pint? Oh man, that's terrible. I mean, it could be a lot worse. He could have gotten into a fight afterward.
You're right. That would have been a lot worse.
Well,
But you know
well,
we're in shark-infested
here's the
waters.
I mean,
Well, here's the thing. We were doing high stakes.
oh, high
And-
stakes, huh?
He inherently promised a piece of your treasure forward to
Piece
me.
of my treasure.
And unfortunately, afterwards, in his drunken state, on the verge of passing out, he decided it was a good idea to challenge me to a fist fight for double or nothing. And now, by my
Oh,
code,
so we did get into a fight.
yeah, but
Oh, that's
he-
bad. Yeah, see, lightweight Lenny, he can't fight.
He's not a heavyweight.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, he has two left hands.
He
Unfortunately,
barely swims.
before,
There's a reason he was called lightweight Lenny.
I did notice before he choked on vomit and then fell overboard.
Oh, that was Austin's request.
When he choked on, you said you gave him CPR. Did you?
Yeah. He was vomiting right, but then he fell overboard.
Oh, okay, all right.
And unfortunately, anyways, I think it'd be in Lenny's memory if he paid off the last of his debts.
All right. Well, I mean, there's only like one kind of treasure we have here.
Food.
I'm gonna go ahead down. All right. Well, I keep it locked away in the captain's quarters. Come on.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get shot.
It's the temporal pork.
The temporal pork.
No, that's not. That's.
He hasn't found it yet. I mean, he
Yeah.
has, but he hasn't found it yet. He just already has it.
I mean, he did get the unfindable cumin from Mick Reed because he shot him in a fucking lockbox.
Only worked because it was a magic gun.
So I follow him to the captain's quarters.
Yeah. All right. So he's gonna get in, and he's like, all right. Well, I mean, I was trying to keep this, not trying to yell it out because it's very special to me. And I'm gonna open it up, and I'm gonna pull out a nicely baked fresh loaf of rye bread. It's Mama's recipe.
Just like Mama used to make it.
I didn't know lizards could bake. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with being a.
Not my real mother, Mama DiGiorno.
Yeah. That's not my real mom. My real mom tried to eat me when I was a baby.
Yeah, Mama DiGiorno. She
that's-
wanted me to live this.
She had dementia. Yeah.
Oh,
Back on land, not on this island, but I've done it over the years. Surprisingly, the bread stays fresh for a really, really long time. So
wow,
keeps
that
us
sounds
fed.
convenient.
Yeah, but it does rapidly cause your teeth to decay, and that's why lightweight Lenny had no teeth.
Alright, I gotta.
Is it
Okay.
still warm though?
Oh yeah, it's definitely still warm.
Well,
Okay.
let's just ask, how
With it.
fast is a rabbit teeth?
Well, you can probably get about a whole loaf in before all your teeth fall out. You just gotta make it like it like progresses scurvy on like a ridiculously fast rate.
I would like to remind Boyardee of one other treasure, because this is another food-related treasure he managed to acquire.
Mm-hmm.
It is a magical artifact, which you haven't decided a name for it yet. It's a strange sandwich made of cured meats and cheeses that no matter how hot the outside gets, the inside remains ice cold.
Oh.
In fact, it seems to work inversely, in that however hot the outside gets, the colder the inside gets.
So does that mean that if you make it cold on the outside, it gets warm on the inside?
No.
I'm not sure if I see the practical use of that. However,
Look,
eat.
okay?
It's a sandwich.
It's a sandwich, dude. Do you want the fucking sandwich or not?
do I want the tooth decay bread or the sandwich? I think I'm gonna take the sandwich.
All right, take the sandwich. God.
It's something of a it's a sandwich, true. But
It's look, man. It's
more
made out
like
of
a pocket.
yeah.
I just want to
It's
verify.
made out of
is the bread
capricola,
actually-
so I'm not gonna eat it. So yeah, you can have it.
All right. This will honor his memory. I'm sorry for your loss. If you need a navigator, I used to sail a little bit.
Oh, did you now? Huh? You did?
Wait. What kind of cheeses, though?
What kind of cheeses?
What kind of cheese?
Mozzarella.
No, it's like jalapeno, jalapeno Matra Jack. It's like it's not a good sandwich. It's like
It's not even a sandwich. It's like a weird pizza pocket.
Well, yeah, it has a capricola meat and like jalapeno Matra.
In the spirit of adventure games, I'm not sure what I'll need this for, but I'm sure I'll need it. So I put it in my backpack.
Rips the fucking bed out of the floor. I'll need this at some point.
Land ho! You hear echoing from the main deck.
Land hose.
Land.
Hose where?
Oh, where the hose?
You all come upon the new deck, upon the main deck, as the ship finally settles.
Oh.
They lower the gangplank and drop the anchor in a smooth sail.
I look at Howie. All right, let's start building a cart.
I nod my head in agreement.
Oh, now you want a cart race.
I said nothing about cart racing. I just need a cart because mine wouldn't fit on the boat.
There are on the opposite. Now, simply put, this dock is quite simple. It is a dock, has enough room for one ship. And at the end of the dock is a road. There is nothing more. The road seems to stretch into the wilderness.
I know how to do this. Hey, Chef Boyardee,
Mm-hmm.
do you have like really big and round bread?
Really big and round bread, huh?
Yes, very big round bread.
Are you
Hard as a
talking
rock.
about my barrel baked bread?
Of course. Barrel bread.
Preferably stale.
Yeah, preferably stale, so it's really hard.
I mean, well, we made it back before we left. I don't think it all got eaten. I think there's probably at least 2 barrels left, something like that. I mean, yeah, you guys can have that.
Alright, here's what we're gonna do, Howie. We're gonna use the bread as wheels, and we're gonna use the barrel as the other part of the wheel.
Mm-hmm. Alright. I like where this is going.
We're gonna build an impromptu cart.
Alright.
just cut the bread in half.
That's a good idea, actually. Alright, new plan. We're gonna use the barrel as like a base.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Can we just like cue like a building montage?
New plan.
Okay.
Barrel entirely.
We
Bring
need
up
the scene from the
Yard
Lego movie.
Crashers from the DIY network, because that's pretty much what's happening right now.
Alright, are you guys ready? Destroy, build, destroy. Alright, what should we roll to like get this to try to make this
Oh
cart?
wait, I totally forgot. Joey and I like looked him up, and the guy who did Destroy Build Destroy,
Andrew
had,
WK.
like, Yeah, he had like a hardcore metal band.
Yeah, dude, he fucking opened for Bethesda.
Really?
He
It's
opened
not-
for Bethesda at E3
This year?
for Rage 2. Yeah,
It's not good, but
it was terrible, but
I
thought it
mean,
was
I'm glad he's getting places. Alright, so what should we roll to build this cart? With this barrel and...
knowledge engineering.
ooh,
Alright,
only
Howie-
Mick Reed
Howie,
wasn't.
You gonna support me on this?
Of
Wasn't
course.
unconscious and
Wait, you have a higher knowledge. You should make
yeah.
that. I'll support you.
Yeah, let's stick with unconscious.
where the fuck is Fang? Ah.
Eaten by wolves.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, now raging. I need you to roll that too. Unless you want to. Yeah. Okay. 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 You make a crude cart based off of the barrel, made from the wood of the barrel, and
stale
the
bread.
stale bread.
Mm-hmm.
This will have to do. You know, it's too bad we don't have like a kind of tape, you know, that might have like some kind of long
Flexible
durability.
property. Perhaps that could withstand even the toughest conditions.
All right, I have a
Almost
few
like
questions.
Like a flex tape.
Puppy.
Yes.
I would like to pull out the map I copied last session of this island.
Here it is.
And I would like to know how many miles it is from where we are to that nearest tavern town.
Can you ping on the map where we are?
Like, a quick question: is it do
Ah,
not enter
we're
like actually there on the
here.
map? Like, there's like a giant red.
No, it don't say there.
You said it's about a day's travel
It's about a
walk.
day's travel.
How many
Yes.
miles is that?
Miles, if you would estimate, it would be about 15 to 16 miles.
Is it a day
Okay.
by foot?
Okay. How long would it take to travel by a horse-pulled cart?
Same amount of time because that cart can either fit all the stuff you want to bring or your people.
No. I just mean an empty cart. Horse-pulled empty cart.
It would probably take about half a day.
Okay.
However, you would still need to stop at some point to let your horses rest.
That's fine. I turn to the rest of the party and I go, all right. I rub my hands together. I have an idea. We've got
Do
the.
montage.
Is it one road to the town?
Yes, it is one thin road to the town.
Okay, I think you know where I was going because you were looking at my sheet and kept moving it over while I was looking at this.
I was just looking at your skills.
Okay, so you didn't see what I was looking at. Awesome. I turned to the rest of the party, and is Chef Boyardee standing nearby?
Yeah.
All right. I asked Boyardee if he's gonna start working on fixing the ship here at this dock.
Yes, that
Oh,
was.
Okay, and he needs to go get supplies from the town too.
No.
No.
Yeah.
His plan, as told by Boyardee's first mate, was to do the immediate repairs to what supplies they have on board, and then after the ship is sailable once more,
Mhm.
take it back to Burlesque Bay and finish the proper repairs there.
Okay,
However, that can take several months.
that's fine. I ask Boyardee how long he thinks it's going to take him to do those basic repairs.
Boyardee, you estimated that with all your men working, it would take about 3 days.
And how long do you think it would take with the help of our party?
About 3 days.
Okay. I submit to the party. I go, you guys stay here and help fix the ship a little bit, and I'm gonna go to the town and get some supplies and a real cart. Come back, pick the party up, and then we'll meet the boat in Burlesque Bay.
I don't know if you.
The problem is Burlesque Bay is 2 weeks travel.
I see one problem in your plan, Howie.
What I point at Raging. I go, what's the problem with my plan?
Well, if you look at the map, that octopus is fairly close to the town.
What's happening?
Mhm.
I was making food.
I can see that. Well, I don't notice the problem with Oswald the octopus.
I'd be careful with that.
Hey, what's wrong with Oswald? He's my homie.
I
Who are
think
you again?
that if I take some of the gold we have saved up as a party, I can fly to the town,
As a party.
get,
Wait.
what, yes?
We have money?
Yeah, right?
Wait, you have fly?
I have overland flight. And I remember we talked about this, and I have it. It's usable for just me, it lasts an hour, and I can cover 64 miles in 8 hours.
Why do you need our gold?
So I can buy a cart and horses and then come back to pick everybody up in 2 carts. My stuff in
Radiant's
one
got
and the party in
trustworthy,
another.
yeah.
Wouldn't that
Okay.
take more than 8 days? Or 8 hours?
No,
I
it's-
can
it's- it's
fly
less
for an
than
8-hour period.
No, you can
Drive
fly
that.
for an hour, but you can
Sorry,
travel
I can cover 64 miles in 8
8
hours.
He would make that. You would. Well, the problem is you would be able to fly there in 2 hours then, because divide by 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a fourth of the 64. Because it's 16. So you could fly halfway there.
Yeah, take a rest and then fly the rest of the way.
Yeah, but that full rest is another 5 hours.
I'm a half elf.
Well, that means that means you have to meditate for that time. You don't have to sleep.
Okay,
Still
that's
the same
fine.
amount of time.
Either way, I can get to the town, get carts, come back and pick everybody up. And that way we can,
That does assume, however, that the town has carts.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, well, looking at the size of the. Okay, hold on. Well, actually,
I say we just check out the cart. I want to get to the village, actually. Can I just jog along with you guys?
honestly, I don't feel that. Yeah, like I don't really want to sit on the boat any longer, and I'm more better in the middle of nowhere, anyways.
There
Feel
you
more
go,
at home.
guy that got free stuff from my cowboy friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna tag along now. I felt like I'm in. I need to finish what he started. I mean, he.
Wait, what
He
happened?
died so you could do this. I mean,
Wait. Where is he?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Where is he?
What happened to him?
Well, last time I saw him, I lost his stuff. I don't know what happened from then on.
He'll pop up eventually. Let's just head on to town.
Yeah.
And
So
plus,
is
do you
the-
even have a horse to carry that, or do you need a horseman? And I flex my muscle.
Oh yeah. Wait. Didn't McRee have his pony?
Mikri had a pony.
Did the pony come with us?
It's still on the ship, but nobody knew where the pony was to grab it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, why wouldn't we had a pony?
I mean, I think we would have heard the
Everybody
horse.
else knew where it was, but you didn't know where Mikri kept it.
Well, I had no idea McRee had a pony.
Yeah. The rest of the party would know Mikri had a pony, but would have no idea where he kept it. So,
I mean,
Yeah, it
I
is a
think
pony,
it'd be
it's not a horse.
obvious he'd keep it on the boat, and the boat's not all that big to hide a pony.
pretty big boat.
I think it's still pretty hard to hide a pony on a boat.
It's not a small boat.
Pony. It's not a horse.
Like, he hit that thing in air decks. I think the size of the size of a large dog.
He rode it.
Yeah.
He's a dwarf.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
He's not very big.
Anyway, it's still gonna be pretty dang hard to
No,
hide it
no,
on the
no,
boat.
no.
Nope,
5
nope.
feet.
We're walking. Come on.
I want to
Come
go
on.
find his pony.
I'm gonna call you Hattie now.
Well, I mean,
Come on, Hattie.
you do need something to pull the cart, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Load the cart up.
You go looking about. Before one of the pirates say, "Hey,
Whose
what
pony
are you
is
doing with
this?
the horse?"
There's a
He points
horse?
to the small pony eating some
Wait, whose horse was that?
eating some kind of plant in the corner of the deck.
I
Hey,
recognize that horse.
he's-
That's mine now.
Whose horse was that? I'm gonna ask. The
I don't know.
pirate.
It's one of you guys blocks it in.
Raging? Do you know whose horse that was?
Well, those found on the earth they belong to the collector, so I'm gonna go get it.
I point at it and say, "Hook it up to the cart."
Whoa!
All right, hold on. That sounds really cruel. That pony cannot drag the cart. let
It can
alone
help.
Fat ass.
Look, I want to carry the carts, so I'm afraid we're gonna have to have a fist fight with the pony for who's carrying.
Are we having a fist fight with the pony now? What?
I'm gonna go pet the pony.
Hold on, if you want that right, you're gonna have to get through. I cracked my knuckles.
I'm gonna like run and slide between his legs.
Roll acrobatics.
You know, the 60s were fun, but now I'm paying.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You have like a. You can just do this shit. Oh, you crit. Okay, I'm not even gonna. Joel, you don't even bother rolling. You can't roll high enough.
Can I roll the jump?
Sure, you can roll to jump and make his job easier.
Alright, as long as we can get an applause out of this, I'll be happy.
While they're fighting, I'm gonna roll.
Did any of the shipmates clap at that awesome play?
Ooh, nice.
No, you gotta get past Raging Fist first. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting to the pony.
Well, I'm actually in the air right now.
Yeah, well, you guys are fighting, so I'm just gonna walk past
I'm
you.
not
for the
fighting.
pony.
I'm sliding it under his legs to get to the pony.
Yeah, but I'm in the air.
So, you slide underneath Raging Fist as he jumps in the air.
Hold on. He specifically said sliding under my legs. So now he
Yes.
has to slide through the air, making it impossible.
No, he's still
Not.
he's still under your legs, but you're in the air. He's just farther under your legs. You know, like, I am under the atmosphere. If I dig 20 feet beneath sea level, I'm still under the atmosphere.
That's
when
a
you
technicality.
pull What Hira Hamada did in air gear, and once you jump, you stop, and then just pile driver the guy below you,
But yeah, because you're the only person who can stop your momentum midair.
and kill them.
He was fine, by the way.
Yeah,
and,
just
then I get up and pet the horse.
The horse immediately starts whinnying, and it's actually a pony, before clopping off towards Vivian.
you're a nice little pony, you know. I think I'm gonna check for the gender of the horse, which is a male.
It is male, but it's not a very well endowed male.
Did you ask it?
Not yet.
I
wait,
looked. I'm gonna.
You can't ask that.
Yeah, I can. If I please, I'm gonna look at the horse and I'm gonna go. You know, I'm gonna call you Bubba. How do you feel about that?
Okay, hold on. Don't call them Bubba.
Nope, the name's Bubba
No.
now.
Entire
God,
time
dude,
is
I have
actually
PTSD.
Vietnam.
Now he's gonna die.
That's okay.
Now I just have PTSD.
You could just call it Dan, he just loses legs.
Lieutenant Dan.
Or you call it Forrest, so it has autism.
And then dies.
No.
Then gets AIDS.
But it could be the fastest running horse alive.
My name is
No, his
Barry
name's
Allen.
Bubba.
My name is Wally West, and I'm the fastest speed through the side of the Mississippi. So
His name's-
anyway, you guys begin to hook up the horse for the makeshift.
No, I'm not hooking up that fuck. I'm not hooking up
Okay.
the horse.
No, that horse is not going on the cart.
You bring the pony beneath, off the ship. It seems to take a liking to Vivian.
Yeah, no, there's Bubba now.
By the way, it's a horse to me because it's about the size of a horse to a normal human.
Alright, well, Bubba will take one side of the card, I'll take the other.
Okay, you're a halfling. You'd still know it's a fucking pony.
Yeah.
You've seen horses.
No.
What do horses look like then?
No,
What
it's
the-
my horse.
What do
It
horses
looks like
look
an
like?
invasion
then?
of Troy to him.
Yeah.
He rides on
That's
small
not a
dogs.
horse. That's not a horse. That's just 4 halflings in a suit.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
No, that's how I imagine Troy actually went. It was 4 guys in a horse suit, and they just like, well, let's take this and spoils go to the victor.
Man, wow, those Greeks sure decided to leave us a welcome present. You know what? We should just take it because why the fuck else wouldn't they leave us a present for losing?
It worked.
So anyway,
GG.
both Raging Fist and a horse take a single strap of the cart.
And we unloaded all my stuff into the cart.
Yes, you spent about an hour unloading all your stuff.
I'm just making it clear, I've got all my stuff.
However, that
You have
means
food,
nobody
right?
else
Yeah,
can fit
I have
on
food.
the cart, and they must walk.
That's fine, we can all walk.
Tough shit.
So it'll take a
I
big
mean,
hit.
Raging Fist kind of has to walk regardless. Let's be honest. He's hooked up to the cart.
This is my luxury, guys.
Okay. Who
As a monk,
leads
I
the
must
way?
strengthen my mind.
I guess Raging Fist leads the way. Raging, I need you to roll survival.
I'm gonna roll
A good monk
knowledge,
always knows
nature,
which way
and
to go.
geography to see what I can learn about the surrounding area.
Wait, survival?
Yeah.
A good monk always knows which way he's going.
Can I roll nature and geography to see like what's?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Nature 26, geography 33.
Now, this area is, for the most part, wide open plains. So most of what grows here is just various types of grasses. And there are some animals that would show up. Most of it small omnivores or large herbivores,
Mm-hmm.
such as like oxen on occasion. But you have yet to see one. This just seems to be the type of environment they would
They would be in,
typically
yeah.
live. Yeah.
Okay.
You did notice a large amount of squirrels, even though this is slightly out of their habitat. So you figure there might be some kind of somewhat wooded area nearby, but you don't know. You don't see one nearby.
Okay.
Geographically, it's just super flat until it reaches a large thicket of trees a couple miles ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up some of the grass nearby and nibble on it.
Okay.
Hmm.
You're one of those vegetarians.
It's safe to eat, but is not nutritionally helpful in any
No,
way.
I'm tasting it to test this. See what I can tell about the soil.
Okay.
All right. All right.
It's rich, fertile soil. It's the kind of place a farming town could easily spring up.
Yeah. All right. All right. All right. Okay. I'm gonna continue walking.
Um,
I'm hide
Raging-
raging in the cart.
What's the horse's name? Bubba?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can call him Bubs.
Is it a covered cart or is it an open cart?
it is a completely open cart.
Alright.
We should
Now-
cover. Well, I mean, oh, I didn't realize that was the chat.
In the far distance, in the road, just before you reach the thicket of trees, just as you reach the mouth of this gaping forest, you see a strange figure laid upon the ground. And as you slowly and cautiously approach, it appears to be a dead horse.
It's Bubba.
Wait, this is Bubba, isn't it?
Damn it! I don't have a revive spell.
The horse has claw marks and teeth marks all over it, as well as several tiny arrows pierced through its neck and back hooves.
Damn.
It also appears its scalp and tail have been completely removed.
What color
Its
is
scalp
Bubba?
and
how
its
fresh
tail
is the
was
horse?
completely removed.
What color
Yes.
is Bubba?
How fresh is the horse?
Bubba is
Uh,
brown.
What is brown?
Like a beige color with like blonde hair.
Spencer, could I check how fresh the horse is? Like how
Yeah.
long the body?
Go ahead and roll survival.
Yep, this horse is dead, everybody. I can confirm it.
You're pretty sure the horse died today. Because you don't see any maggots.
Alright,
Alright.
now I'd like to roll perception to check out the nearby area. Like, see if there's anything.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna roll knowledge to see if there's like any if I know of any animals that have done something like this.
Wait, aren't there arrows in it?
Yes, there are small arrows in it.
And
Humans are
Raging,
animals too.
you see several more arrows littering nearby trees. And Vivian, you don't know of any animal that could do this.
I didn't hear arrows, so that's my bad. Are the arrows are they facing are they like in the thicket like that we're walking, like the arrows went that way, or are they
They seem to be
Facing-
coming. They seem to be coming from what would be on your left and stick to the trees on your right.
okay, got it,
Uh-huh.
alright.
Yep, that's a trap. Everything about this is a trap. If we go in there, we're gonna get ambushed.
Can I also roll perception?
Go for it.
Well, why don't we just flank to the left?
Why
that
don't
sounds
we
like
just-
a good idea.
why don't we just take the town
Where's
and
it?
push it
That's
over there?
exactly what I was thinking.
Wait.
Alright.
What kind of trap is it?
Where the fuck did perception go?
I
There it is.
guarantee.
I found it. Alright.
Just a trap?
It's not a sex
Uh,
trap,
I-
Howie.
No, I'm not
Lyra-
talking about that. I meant like someone's going to attack us trap or like we're gonna trip a trap.
Someone's gonna attack us, trap.
Okay, well I know what we should do then. I'll just have Rem walk ahead of us.
Yeah, isn't Rem?
Lyra,
Howie's
as you
seats?
look about, you find a pair of tiny, tiny tracks, slightly smaller than your own foot, but definitely humanoid, but
Yep, it's
somewhat
goblin.
clawed.
It's a goblin trap.
Humanoid goblins, kobolds? No.
All right.
Kobolds and
good idea.
catacombs.
But unfortunately, because of my pride, I cannot allow your servant to walk in front of us.
Do
so
I
I will walk
see-
with them.
Where they are, though.
All right,
What's your
I
traps?
snap my fingers and I call for Rem.
I want to look at where the tracks lead.
The tracks lead off to the left into the thicket.
Hey,
Alright,
wait a minute. Hold on.
So, I'm going to...
You guys wouldn't have to be a lizard. We wouldn't have to have a lizard person here. would we?
So were the tracks spotted out to me?
No. Only Lyra noticed it and has yet to say anything about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna just say I'll be right back, and then I'm gonna stealth off and follow the tracks, and I'm gonna use no trace.
Okay.
Um,
Roll me your stealth.
Well, I'm gonna be walking forward with Rem.
Yep.
we'll just stealth.
Howie's familiar, Rem, and raging.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, ninjas are fucking ridiculous. The thing is, this is like the only thing they're good at, though, is shit like this.
Stout. I mean, that's understandable.
No, it's like they have really high skill checks, but they're not very good elsewhere.
And I get a +1 bonus when using no trace.
Wow, your
Um,
+1 made a real big fucking difference.
I mean, it could.
So Rem and raging, you continue forward, and Lyra, as you follow the tracks, you notice they go much farther into the woods than you would have liked, and eventually you lose them completely because of how thick the mud is.
All right. So, but it's like a thick wooded area, right?
Yes,
I'm going
you can
to
barely walk through it.
I'm going to climb into the trees.
Roll me an acrobatics.
Woohoo!
I have 20 feet of climbing, just automatically.
He's gonna
Okay.
die.
So yeah, you climb up to the top of the trees, but you can't see any better. In fact, your vision has gotten worse due to all the foliage.
I'm gonna see if I have anything for this.
I mean, there are many ways to get rid of foliage.
I
Fire is a good
don't
option.
have any like bombs. Nothing to start a forest fire.
Not this time.
Not this time.
Oh, I forgot that happened.
I'm gonna
Okay.
be right back for a second. I'm gonna turn my air off and pee.
Gotcha.
We tend to have the same plans over and over again.
Are there like other branches below the like the canopy level?
Not really, no. Typically, the canopy canopy level is just kind of starting halfway up the tree and continues all the way up, and that's where all the branches seem to start.
Alright.
The trees are naturally somewhat uniform.
Can I like acrobatics and swing through the trees like a monkey, like from the lowest level, so I'm over the clearing?
You can barely fit through the trees as it stands because of how close they are together.
Okay, I'm back.
So you can attempt to do so, but it does not seem wise.
Hmm. Alright, I'll go back and follow the tracks back, and just keep my eyes up in the trees as well.
So this is going on. I'm gonna like look there for them and be like, do they do that often? This is to you, Tommy.
What? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I noticed. So I looked and I said, do they do this often? Run off on their own?
Yeah, normally.
I do. I definitely do. That's like
They
my
just
entire
kinda-
job.
They just kind of fuck off sometimes. I just kind of wait.
Okay, I mean, all right.
And as I get closer back to the road, does it start clearing up?
The trees don't really clear up until you get to the road.
Alright.
So maybe we should touch up the cart.
Maybe. Can we deck out the cart?
We're not
We
kart
put, like-
racing with the cart.
Wooden machine guns on this cart.
Hey,
You got the arrows.
small halfling.
Yes.
Yeah, where the hell did you run off to?
I found some tracks. But I
Honestly?
lost them really deep in the
Whoa,
forest.
like where? I don't see shit, man.
I'm gonna point the tracks out.
Oh, and you said you lost them?
Yeah, they go really deep into the woods, and it starts getting muddy.
I'm very concerned.
I wanna
about being here.
start following these tracks.
Go ahead and roll survival.
Survival,
Being next to Jerry right now is like probably the worst thing. I
like
could do.
hunting.
I'm gonna get us some wood. So
I should have rolled survival like when I lost the tracks to see if I could find them again.
Tommy, not everybody knows about that.
Huh?
Not everybody knows that I can do that to you. So shh.
Oh. Oh, okay.
You're kind of like Rem. You've got attack mode.
Hey, before we actually do this, everyone, I'm just gonna put this out here.
Oh, Jerry, I thought
Let's
this
just
was
go
easy.
back just a little bit before the wooded area, set up camp, and then we'll just continue in the morning.
Is it nightfall already?
It is not as midday.
Well, I kind of want to get through these woods in one sitting because I feel like we're gonna run in.
Fine.
It then flashes through my head: challenge, death, honor. These are all things that I want. All right, let's keep going.
I mean,
Sweet.
if we're prepared for the trap, doesn't that mean we're waiting for them?
Yeah, so we
Okay,
take
so Vivian, when you look at the tracks, you see them go really deep into the woods. However, you also notice that these tracks are not fresh. It's likely these tracks were made several days ago.
Yeah. Okay. And then I'd be like,
Hey,
all right.
can you
Well.
check what kind of traps they are? The tracks they are.
They're small humanoid. Small
No. Yeah. I can't. Do
What,
it there.
what stat would you need to roll the
Identify it?
Survival.
No, to identify what it is. Well, he doesn't. It depends what you're trying to identify it as. He has just attempted to identify it as any animal and doesn't know.
Is it animal?
Knowledge
no.
nature.
It is no animal he knows of.
I already did know with nature. I rolled 26, so it's something I know of, and I'm a druid, so.
Yeah. Alright, never mind. Oh god, I forgot this layout was so different from mine.
Yeah, because you have the
Well,
shitty one.
I'm sure we'll run into.
Why do I have the shitty one? Why do
Because
I
yours
have
is the shitty one.
I don't want the shitty one.
Well, then tell your DM to change it.
Fuck you.
I'm saying, all right. Well, raging the trap was either they are waiting really patiently for it to go off, for us to walk into it, or they're not here anymore. These tracks are days old.
Yeah. Oh, that means they're in there at least.
I say we
Let's head on
continue.
in.
Just be aware.
On the guard, yeah. There's definitely something here in this woods.
Here, can we
And
just?
They have
Before the-
bows, so we should definitely.
Something
do-
unsavory.
We
is
have
about-
trees here, and as you can see, our cart is not in the best condition.
Well, I mean, there's stale bread in the fucking wheels.
Well, let's see
Who
if we can
managed
fix
that one?
So can we all, Spencer? Can we all roll to try to kind of fix up this cart even more?
We have trees all around us.
What is
Yeah.
what do we roll for that?
That would be knowledge engineering if you all really want to try it. But what materials would you be using? Like, are you going to be tearing down these trees?
Let's chop
can-
down a
oh,
cherry
That's-
tree.
We can cut down one tree.
Hey,
With
hey,
what?
hey. You're not gonna chop down any trees, right?
Do you speak for the trees?
I do speak for the trees, and the trees say, "Shut the fuck up."
What kind of
Alright.
druid kills a piece of the grass just to find out where we are?
Don't mind me.
Oh shit! Wait, I have a flint and steel.
Yeah, if you didn't notice, the grass was already dead.
One of us is good at engineering.
Prove
the
it,
other
don't
one's
touch the
ass.
cart.
You fucked the cart up, dude.
I
So-
know. I have two. I can swap between the two whenever.
Friva takes a whole bunch of twigs and starts jamming it into the side. Look, we put spikes on it.
Alright.
Then Leroy
Yeah,
fixes them up.
that's all right.
Leroy.
Yeah. You see, you don't
Here.
get it because it
Alright,
hasn't.
Spencer. Hey, Druid, do I have your permission to take down this one tree? Can you tell me which tree is like the asshole of the neighborhood? You know, there's always that one.
Keep
I'm sorry, studying trees around.
Like,
Yeah,
just find
all
me,
these
like,
trees are thriving real.
No,
Yeah.
but which one's an asshole?
yeah, which one's like down talking other trees? You know, saying that he has the best soil.
He's got bigger branches.
Look, man, I can speak to animals. I can't speak to fucking.
Yeah. They seem to be under the impression that trees are sentient.
Yeah. You can talk to animals. I can't talk to trees. You guys are retarded.
Alright, could you ask one of the squirrels then? Ask one of the squirrels which tree it has the biggest asshole.
Why can what?
Look, the plan is I'm just gonna punch down the tree.
No, and I'm telling you, man, you can't just like punch down a tree. That's not cool
Why not?
because that tree has a life, and you're ending that tree's life.
Well, I'm entering it honorably because I'm using the whole tree.
Didn't you add that forest?
I'm using the whole part of the tree.
Doesn't mean anything, dude. You're committing murder.
No, you.
You're a vegetarian, aren't you?
You.
I'm not a vegetarian. I'm a druid. I'll eat meat, but it's already got to be dead.
You're a eat that horse then.
You're tree gay.
I'm not dumb. I'm not gonna eat raw meat. Dude. Well, that thing's been dead for a while. I'm not.
Have
Gonna,
you ever heard of like sushi? It's like,
Alright, how long? do
that's
you think
not the
this guy is
same.
gonna
That's a
take?
fish.
I just forgot something.
well, why can't you do that with like steak?
Wait.
That's the, you know what? Just oh my god.
Alright, fine. What are we gonna do?
Hey,
You know
Drew,
what?
Drew,
I think the spikes were
What?
enough.
If a fire were to start in the forest and we were able to save trees by cutting them down, then could we cut down a tree?
Well, if a fire was to start and the trees died, I mean, I guess we could use that wood.
I'm already lighting the flame.
No,
Wait.
I think we could use that wood on the cart because you know
Spencer.
it's dead.
I think you're all not realizing the real solution
But
to the
the
trap
problem
here.
is,
We just
how
burn it
would a
down.
fire start? We're in the middle of a lush green forest. If the fire
Spencer, I
was
just
to
fired-
start,
I'm already
it
lighting
would
the
be
flame still.
it would be man-made, and I would have to hunt down the person that started that fire and kill them.
You know what?
What?
You're right. I'm gonna help you with that.
Beat my stealth, bitch.
Be
You
my
know who
stealth,
did it.
bitch.
Yeah, you're
What-
lighting
are
with
you,
flint
like-
and steel.
I have
I
fire
don't know.
fingers. What are you talking
What's
about?
what's the disadvantage to lighting a fire while trying to stealth?
Not if I'm behind a tree.
There is no
Oh,
disadvantage.
it's a dark forest.
There is no disadvantage. However, no matter how hard he tries, he can't get it to light because all of the foliage is well and alive.
What if I fire finger it enough?
It's still well and alive. The fire couldn't grab onto anything if it's all still wet grass and leaves.
Even if it was a fire, I just punch it and put it out.
Why would you punch a fire?
Why not?
Firefighter.
Yeah, firefighter. They fight fires.
Firefighter do some crazy shit.
Alright, you know what? If we're gonna hit a trap, we'll just walk in and fight it. I mean,
Before the
what's gonna be
1920s,
dumb?
hoses didn't exist. So firefighters had to punch fire into submission.
I vote we just walk into the forest.
Let's just
pick up
follow
the
the
cart.
road.
I pick up the cart and then walk along the road with Bubba.
With Bubs.
Okay, so you all continue back down the road.
Oh, you know what it is, Bubsy.
After
Wow.
Lyra realizes lighting these trees will be impossible.
No, let them keep trying. Let's just start walking.
Okay, Lyra, you can stay there until the trees light.
No, I'm not.
Okay. you
I
continue
go
then.
with them.
Okay, Friva's also gonna go.
Instead of trying to fire finger. I'm very oblivious, druid.
And you continue into the woods. And you travel a very long way into the woods. It's about mid-afternoon when you come across another figure laying across the road.
Dead horse.
So look at this one.
You approach, and it appears to be your horse. This one's different. Its mane and fur a pure white.
Oh.
I'm not
It
like
sparkles
the other
in the
horses.
sunshine.
Ooh! I actually have something for this. I would like to cast Identify.
I'm pretty sure it's a fucking unicorn, but
I still want to do something because I haven't used a spell all night.
It is obviously a unicorn.
I still want to cast Identify
Okay.
to detect for magic.
You
Hey,
detect a large amount of necromancy coming off of this unicorn.
See, that's useful. Useful info.
do we eat
However-
this unicorn?
You also notice while casting the spell that this unicorn's horn is missing. And there are several large gashes in its side.
Well, I mean, this
Voldemort
horse is
near
gonna go
Voldemort's
away.
nearby.
This unicorn's just gonna go to waste. Maybe we should just cut it up and eat it.
when was it killed? Oh, we have to roll for survival for that. Probably.
Yeah, roll a quick survival.
I just realized.
It's likely this horse was killed within a couple.
My lifetime.
Within the last couple of months.
It was killed within my lifetime.
Well,
You know what's really sad? You know what's really sad? I
That I-
crit 1, and I'm higher than both of you.
well, I think the fire would actually get out all the bacteria.
I just realized something, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Both my characters have 20 abilities each.
Actually, here, light a fire. I'm sure somebody can handle it.
Oh, by the way, I'll do this survival check. I have that.
I'm going to pull out my trusty magnifying glass.
Now,
And-
Leroy, you look over the unicorn. And while you don't know much about unicorns, you do know a good thing about eating good food.
And them unicorn horn corn dogs. They're the best
This
thing
unicorn
around.
was obviously bled dry upon
Aw.
being killed. And most of its usable meat is gone.
Oh, god damn it.
As the slashes on the side are only the beginning of the story, as you can see food to see the entire other half of the unicorn is gone.
Wow, you think we would have noticed that?
You'd have noticed it if you flipped the fucking unicorn over.
I just realized something. I get a +2 to all my. We're in favored terrain for me.
Yeah? You are in a forest.
I'm in favored terrain.
Okay,
Everyone,
I'm gonna roll.
You know what? I can't let the
see
death of this
tracks.
unicorn. Like, to kill a unicorn.
There appears to be absolutely no tracks.
To kill a unicorn is terrible.
Not
we
even
can't
the
leave this
unicorn's
woods.
tracks.
Hey, Jared, you have to agree. We can't leave this woods without killing the things that did this, right? Like, it's only right. Like, this was a unicorn.
Life ends.
As well, as I could agree with you, I have no idea what's done this. Before those horses, that was shot down with arrows. This is slashed and eaten and mutilated, and that's kind of how the food chain works. You know? So I can't tell if this was a monster or if this was a pack of hunters that did this. But it doesn't look like the work of a pack of hunters because they left the other half of the damn unicorn here.
Wait, is there any other, usable meat?
No, there is no usable meat.
Are we like stopping for a bit? Can I light a fire and cook this marlin?
Oh fuck, we still have that.
Anyways, we should keep going, guys. What do you guys
Just
Well,
use Tommy's
it
fire
is
finger.
Mid-afternoon. I think we should probably just set up camp
I
here.
hold the fish in front of me. Here, Tommy.
Come on, let's
If
go
you
down the
were,
road a little.
well, you do realize that you were actually nearing pretty close to the village.
Oh, that's right.
You could probably make it by nightfall.
All right, well then let's.
I pick up the cart, I pick up Bubba. Alright, let's go.
He picks up Bubba. Got it.
Them's Bubsy now.
I feel so stupid.
What?
You remember that animal we were tracking? Or trying to?
Uh-huh.
I have 3 abilities made based around tracking, which is Quarry, Tracker, Astro. So I can track while moving at normal speed. and I get a +10 to survival checks when tracking an animal that left a track and might be currently alive. I can then follow them through the woods for a full 24 hours, and if a ranger sees them, I can fire a shot with a +2 insight and bonus damage increase.
Well, that would have been useful
Yeah,
like
but
10 minutes
that
ago.
It would have been useful, but the tracks were days old.
Imagine
Even then,
if
I can follow it.
Bubsy-
It's ridiculous.
if, like Bubba was dying in Forrest Gump
For
and his
24
last
hours.
words were pilot's
Yeah,
license.
no, for 24
What's
hours
for?"
I get that buff.
So
I
you
know, but
you
we were behind them by days.
You continue down the trail until eventually the
That's a
forest
plus
lets
12.
up. Again, you seem to be in some kind of plains-ish area, except this time not quite as flat. It's somewhat hilly. Until finally, you see over the horizon a set of houses. You were expecting some kind of small village along the sides of Riverbrook, but you were not expecting this small hamlet. Maybe 40 people live in this town at whole based on the actual houses and the size of them.
I bet we could fight all of them.
Is that a cemetery?
Is that a what?
A
You
cemetery?
slowly approach from the north, just crossing the bridge.
Oh, I have trap detection.
You know,
The trap's
we could have
like
like
an ambush.
moved a lot faster if you just used that at first.
Well, no, because trap detection detects like set traps,
Gotcha.
not like ambushes. That's a little OP.
Now, most of them are just standard houses. However, you can immediately tell where the inn is. It is quite obviously the largest building with a large sign that says inn.
Not a funny name. That's odd.
Couldn't even think of something original. Got it. That's the kind of village we're dealing with.
As you approach, you see a second sign above the door
Oh, here we go.
with the actual tavern's name.
Bubsy 3D. That's a joke.
The Ancient Strange Inn.
2. Please tell me it ends with a 2. Like it's the second in the like chain.
So much utility. Why do I have so much
The
utility?
Ancient Strange Inn, named quite strangely.
Oh, alright, you guys set up shop. I'm gonna go get a drink. I kicked the door open.
Inside is a single fireplace foyer with one table. This table happens to have 8 chairs.
John Cena.
And in one chair at the far end of the room is an old man drinking what appears to be a cup of tea.
Oh no, that's how he fucked her. Okay.
Who would like to fist fight to get me a free drink?
There is only this one man in there.
I look at him. Old man, would you like to fist fight for a free drink?
He looks over at you. Hello? Who's there? What business you have in Taravan?
Ah, shit, this guy looks like he has plot significance. I shouldn't beat him up yet.
No, you shouldn't fight him.
I'm gonna use sense motive. Why is he saying hi to us?
Alright, I know how I can handle this.
Just be nice.
You
Just be nice.
outsiders!
No, Granddad, I'm your son.
My son died many years ago.
No, I'm your other son. You remember that whore and
Bangladesh.
shit?
I
What's
was a
name for food?
happily
What?
married man.
It was a night you were drinking.
What about that one time in Burlesque Bay?
I've never touched the devil's liquor.
But somebody
Not that you
slipped something
remember.
in your drink.
Not that you remember, Daddy.
Stop. Right now.
No, shut up,
I'll
Frodo. I'm
do
trying to get us a
anything
deal
for
here.
you, Mr. Mama. Anything? Anything.
What brings you to Taravan?
Perish.
You travelers? You with those carnival folk?
What's my lead, by the way, Spencer? When you actually said
Uh,
comment.
you heard mention
I guess
of
bluffing.
someone with unheard of magic powers.
Oh, okay.
I walk up to the old man, and I explain that we're travelers from out of island, making our way to Burlesque Bay.
Burlesque Bay. Why would you want to go there?
I tell him that we're meeting our ship in Burlesque Bay once it gets there, but they dropped us off on this side of the island.
Burlesque Bay is a terrible, terrible place.
What's so bad about it?
There's criminals everywhere. Pirates. Worst of all, I hear there's a new pirate there. A dread pirate, even.
I ask him if it's the Dread Pirate Roberts.
I haven't heard his name. All I know is a new dread pirate came up recently. But I don't care much for gossip. But why are you in Terraville?
I tell him that we've come. What's the name of the town?
Terraville.
I say we've come to Terraville looking for a cart.
A cart. I can't help you there.
Might you have the supplies to build a cart?
Well, I suppose you could talk to the blacksmith.
This inn's made of wood, isn't it?
It is partly made of wood. It's actually mostly brick.
But it has the wood in it, right?
A little bit.
I would have my Marlin. Where can I sell this?
What? What's with you in the Marlin?
Perhaps in Burlesque Bay you could sell it.
Anywhere here?
I must
No.
ask you, old man.
It's mostly houses and a blacksmith.
I ask the old man
Maybe
his
the
name, and I
blacksmith
introduce
wants
myself.
Hey, is there anything in the woods that we just came through?
Oh, the woods. The woods to the north.
Is there a unicorn?
Yeah.
Well, I've heard tale of unicorn in those woods, but nobody here really hunts. We mostly fish for our food.
I shot one.
Is there any other thing that might be in there? Something dangerous?
Well, we occasionally get a rogue goblin or two, but the blacksmith, Daisy, typically gets rid of it.
The blacksmith is a girl.
Yes.
Well, she's probably not there now. She just got accepted. Into
Miss
Smash.
Daisy.
I ask the man if he's the owner of this inn.
I am the owner.
I ask him
Call
how.
me Old Man Strange.
Old man. Well, Mr. Old Man. Mr. Old Man Strange. How much would it cost to procure a room for the evening?
Well, you see, one room is only going to cost you 5 copper for one night.
Well, I don't see anything wrong with that.
I ask him if he has change. I ask him if he has change for a gold apiece.
I do not.
Mr. Strange, does the forge happen to be that building across the road?
Just across the way. You can see Miss Daisy if you would like. I'm sure she's still in there.
I'm gonna
Possibly
go-
talking to other customers.
I'm gonna go head over to the forge.
Could I exchange one? You know what? Actually, I'm just gonna sleep outside. I'll see you later, old man.
I wouldn't
Wait.
recommend sleeping outside. People have gone missing recently from Terraville.
Joey, wait. I was
Yeah,
gonna get a
actually.
room for you and I.
Sense motive.
Please, I'm not your whore.
No, but you did pull my cart, so I owe you one.
Oh, you're right.
Now, so would you like to buy the room?
Buy the room? How much does it cost to buy the room?
Would you like to rent the room?
I would
much to
like
buy
to
it?
rent a 2 rooms for the night.
About that. We don't get many travelers here in Terraville. We only have the one room.
Then I'll take the 1 room.
Hold on, Howie. Hold on, Howie.
I turn to Raging.
Hey,
Yes.
We got a plan. Now, hear me out here. But long-term investment. We buy the entire inn. We jack up the price. We profit.
I like where you're
Sound
going with this,
morally
Raging.
Good.
I like where you're going with this. But this is not the inn I would buy.
No, you see, we buy it cheap while this town is still booming. And then when the people start coming to this new continent, we can start collecting annual.
I asked the old man how much to buy the inn.
The inn has been in my family for generations. My father was an innkeeper, and his father was a whoreman. But his father was also an innkeeper.
And my father was a watermelon farmer.
I pull out a platinum piece. How much to buy the inn, but you still work the inn.
I wouldn't sell the inn for any of them gold in the world.
Well, this
This
is
is
platinum,
platinum.
so
I could never dare to part with the ancient strange inn.
I
This is
put
how
the
we
platinum
roll.
piece away and proceed to pull out one gold piece, and I go, very well, then I'll take your finest one room, and whatever else a gold piece will get me. And I slide it across the
It'll get you
table.
a bucket of milk.
I'll take it.
Take it.
Oh, did you say milk? Where you getting the milk from?
hold on. Alright, we'll have one final offer for them. One platinum piece, and I'll help you get back in the shape. As you can see, I show my abs. I am well endowed.
I look at Raging's crotch. No, he's
No,
not.
I really don't see your abs.
My days as a knight are long over.
You were a knight?
For many, many years.
How does a father go from innkeeper to knight to innkeeper?
Well, we maintained ownership of the inn. My father was also a knight,
Don't you have to?
and then an innkeeper. And then I was a knight, and then an innkeeper. And his father ran a whorehouse. But his father was a knight and an innkeeper.
I
Well,
want to talk about your grandfather.
Ah, Grandpappy Leroy. They
alright.
say he could fuck a whale.
What have we
My
done?
I know that guy.
Now Lyra heads across the street to the blacksmith. Upon entering, you see a single young lady hammering away at a blade. She looks over. Why, hello there!
God.
Oh, that would be Gilbert Godfrey.
I can't do a Gilbert Godfrey. I wish I could. One of these people are going to be Christopher Walken, I promise.
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken. I'm Christopher Walken here.
I'm walking here.
There isn't a Danny DeVito in this town. It would be bad.
No, there
Alright,
won't
so
be a
wait,
Danny
so
DeVito.
what did you
What can I help you with, lass?
So I heard you were the blacksmith around these parts.
Yep, that's me. I'm the blacksmith.
How good would you say a blacksmith you are?
Best blacksmith in the land.
In the land, huh?
She's the only one here.
She's the only one on the island.
Used to work in Mythville City.
Oh. So, what do you think
fuck
you
is
could
that?
do? You think you could do anything with this and I pull out the Umbral Dragon Horn?
Looks quite unique. I could probably do something. Take some time though.
How long we talking?
Perhaps 3 or 4 days.
Alright. How much would that cost me?
Now, that being said, you sure you don't want any of my other wares? I got armors, I got swords.
You got anything that compare to a dragon's horn in terms of swords?
Well, perhaps. You see, I got this a couple years ago. Never bothered to open it up. Made of a unique metal. And she steps into the back room. And comes back up. Now, this has got the Dukinson's family approval. Trust me.
Oh.
And she unsheaths this large katana.
Dear God.
I bet you this sword could slice through anything.
Literally.
Oh yeah? What about my skeleton?
Alright.
Easily.
Would you mind letting me see that really quick?
I suppose if you really want, but don't be running off now.
No. Despite my looks, I'm an upstanding girl.
She hands the katana over to you.
Oh, you're an
It's-
upstanding girl, but you slept with me the moment you saw me.
Okay, listen here, fucker.
It's clearly a master's work sword.
Oh
It is
god.
exquisitely forged and probably centuries old.
I want to inspect it very, very closely.
Roll.
Looking for any flaws, anything
It's a
good about it.
masterwork. You
No,
dipshit.
I don't know that. Well, I do know
You
that,
do know that.
but I'm inspecting it for that reason.
Go ahead and roll. Roll use magic device.
Oh shit.
That is a 10.
Upon placing both hands on the blade, you can immediately tell the blade crafted perfectly, the handle an even weight. It appears to be made by a master swordsman among swords craftsmen. Additionally, you feel something odd, an emanating presence from the blade.
What is it?
I know what it
Not sure.
is.
Her name was Lyra. She could climb anything.
I know what it is, Spencer, and I hate you so much.
Oh no.
Yet, Joey, it's that.
No.
Yeah.
I have no knowledge. What?
Go get Howie and have him cast Identify on it.
Alright. Miss,
Because I was gonna
Interesting
go
body.
there anyways.
Daisy
This-
Dukinson.
this does seem like a very nice sword. Would you mind walking with me for a second? I have a friend who might be able to,
Well, I can't be
Tell what
leaving the
the sword
forge.
is.
You can just leave the blade right here.
Alright, I'll be right back.
At that point, I want to head to the blacksmith.
Yeah, and then I go get Howie and...
Yeah, I was gonna go there anyway. Alright, this is just saving me from having to say I'm walking over there.
Yeah, Raging Fist and Howie exit the tap in as well after purchasing their room. And they head over to the blacksmith as well.
I walk over to the blacksmith. Hey, can I fist fight you for free item?
I don't do free.
Can I fist fight you for a discounted item?
Don't do discounts neither. Not with my
Can I,
work.
can I fist fight you for an item?
Can I fist fight you, period?
Why would you want to fist fight a little old lass?
You look like you can hold your own.
I'm just a wee lad. I'm just a wee lass. All I do is spend all day in this here blacksmith shop.
Well, then you're a scam. Any blacksmith should be ripped. Apparently, you're a bad blacksmith then. I then turn around and start walking back to the inn.
Don't mind him, he's just a meathead.
She looks over to Howie. Now, you look like someone who knows a thing or two about good items.
I look her up and down, and I say yes. Yes, I do.
I look at Howie, just
Perchance you're
for a second.
interested in a dagger, perfect for defense.
Possibly, I say as I rub my chin.
Alright, Howie, I found this here, and it seems to be definitely odd.
Okay. I pick up the katana,
Mm-hmm.
and I look it over for any marks or inscriptions on it.
There is a single mark, but you don't know what it is.
But
Unless
there's
you
a
want to roll for it.
there's a mark on it.
Yes, there's
Okay.
a symbol carved into the bottom of the hilt.
Okay, I do want to roll for that. This-
Roll.
It'd be knowledge arcana or knowledge.
No.
No.
It would be
Knowledge and ability.
knowledge history.
Knowledge history. Damn it, it's one of those I didn't take. All right. I have a few things I'm gonna do here.
Knowledge lobotomy.
You know it's an ancient symbol. You think you've seen it somewhere before, but it's not within your field of study.
If you need history, that's actually the thing I study.
Okay.
You
So
just fucking left.
I know.
first, I turn to the blacksmith, and I ask her. I go, "Do you mind if I cast a little bit of spells over this to take a closer look?
Sure, but you break it, you buy it.
How much is it?"
Well, typically I'd sell this for a nice 20,000 gold, but for someone like you, I can get you away with just 300 gold.
I nod. I nod at her. I go, "All right." I break it. I buy it. I cast Identify over the sword.
Mm-hmm.
This spell functions as detect magic, except that it gives me a +10 enchantment bonus on spellcraft checks made to identify the properties and command works of magical items.
Okay.
It does
Now-
not allow me to identify the artifact, though.
You do know this sword is definitely magical.
Well, aren't you?
However,
Do I get a roll?
No, fuck rolling.
if you want to roll spellcraft, go for it.
I just want to roll the spell. Because, yeah, I never actually get to, like, roll my spells.
Go ahead and roll spellcraft.
Okay.
Actually, no, there's the cast level check. No, roll spell check. And that's +10. Now,
I
you
built
definitely
Howie
know it's-
for this.
You know it's definitely magic. However, it's a little outside your wheelhouse because it doesn't seem to be necessarily arcane
Mm-hmm.
as much as it seems to deal with more spiritual abilities. It seems to be functioning off of some type of natural energy beyond mana.
Mm-hmm. And then I want to look at that mark I saw on it and cast Read Magic.
Okay.
Oh, failed that one. Okay, I explained to Lyra what I learned from Identify. And you just totally cut out.
I don't think you said anything to begin with.
Okay, then okay. I thought maybe my mic cut out.
I'm
Did Spencer stand up? No.
No, I didn't say anything.
What does he explain to me?
No, it's up to him to explain.
I explained to you everything Spencer told me from Identify.
Alright. So basically it's definitely magical and it's definitely very old.
Yeah.
But it's also definitely very good. I want this sword.
For you, lass, I can let it go for just 20 gold pieces.
Would you be interested in trading a few of my humbled dragon horns? Maybe some teeth?
Happily. I'll take the Umble Dragon horns, and you can have the sword.
Alright, nice doing business with you.
Now that being said, can I interest you, sir, in a nice staff?
This is your time. This is your moment.
Did someone say stuff?
Yeah, I look down at my crotch and look back up at her and say I was gonna offer you mine.
I don't know quite what you mean about that. I mean, maybe I'd buy your quarterstaff. Well, the issue is, I found it in the attic when I bought this building.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, I mean, it's a bit embarrassing, but the second I picked it up, my knickers done flew off.
I nod my head up and down. A woman who likes to get straight to business. I like it.
Honestly, I just want to get rid of it. Can't have it here every time I don't touch it. I
Well-
don't look like the town whore.
I go, well, I'd be more than happy to take it off your hands.
happily, but I'm not touching it. It's right there in the corner.
Before I pick it up, I cast Identify on it.
Now this is perfectly within your wheelhouse. So go ahead and roll spellcraft.
Identify.
That one.
Skills. I'm not gonna roll a 1 because I also have like a whole bunch of bonuses to it.
Well, you can still roll a 1.
I know I can still roll a 1, but
That was close.
Now, this is actually an artifact you've been looking for a while. It is in fact known as the Staff of Sexual Perversion.
Yeah.
The exact specifics you aren't too sure about, but you do know it has something to do with your preferred type of magic.
energy draining magic. I nod my head as I pick it up.
Okay. You pick it up.
Yeah, I pick it up. I'm gonna add that to my list. Equipment.
Now, Austin, even though you don't typically use magic weapons, you do know the process of attunement. Meaning you'd have to take a long rest to properly attune to the item.
Alright, we're about to stay in an inn, so that's a good thing.
Okay.
Well, Joey and I are about to stay in an inn. There's only one room.
With one bed.
Yeah, you can sleep outside if you want.
I cannot allow my partners, my friends, to sleep outside. So I shall.
I'll happily sleep outside. I'm gonna go sleep with the cows.
Say, Daisy, would you happen to have a spare room available for some weary travelers?
Well, typically I would, but you see, it's full right now.
I mean, it's a ninja. We can make that.
Well, it's a bit dirty, you see. You can't quite hang it out.
Alright, is there anywhere else besides the inn that
It's in the
would,
fucking room, Daisy.
Well, you could perhaps talk to the nearby priest.
If I know anything, that priest is a werewolf. Don't do it.
Father
Now,
Branbury.
Oh, he's definitely a wolf.
I think we have a better chance.
No,
Oh, that would actually make a lot of sense.
Daisy, what would you happen to be keeping in that room?
Well, you see, I've been trying to clean up the stains on the floor.
It's dead bodies. There's dead bodies in there.
About a year ago, Father Branbury's son, Isaiah, got in a terrible accident with goblins nearby.
It's a fucking werewolf.
Took him back to my room. Died on the spot. Been trying to get the bloodstains out the hardwood ever since. I barely go in there.
His son's a ghost. There's goblins. The priest is a werewolf. This person's a serial killer. We've
Oh,
entered
don't
the
even get me
Twilight
started.
Zone,
Don't
ladies
even
and
get me
gentlemen.
started on Mr.
We've
Scrooge.
entered the Twilight Zone.
The only sane person in town is perhaps, well, Old Man Strange or even Old Joe.
Old
Whale
Joe.
fucker Joe.
Nah, Fisherman Joe.
Oh my gosh.
Fisherman.
Whale fucker Joe survived and had a rebrand.
Do you think Fisherman
Oh,
Joe would have
you
a extra
guys,
room
you
available?
guys, I got this close. You can't see my fingers are really close. I got this close to getting the spell reincarnate. So whenever anyone died, I just bring them back to life. But then they'd be in a different body. They have to redo their entire character again.
Why didn't you
You'd
take it?
never because you'd never be able to change your class, and you'd always be stuck. But every time, you'd be a different race and a different gender.
Why didn't you take that?
Funny.
Because I'd rather take tears to wine so I can just be Jesus.
Wait, but do
As
we
I
keep
cried,
our
I realized
old memories?
My tears were grapes.
No, you don't. You literally forget everything. You're reincarnated. You have no idea who anyone is. You're just the same level.
Now,
Oh, I also took climbing beanstalk.
Okay. I have some questions for Daisy. When we came in, she mentioned such about a dagger, perhaps.
yeah, if you'd like to buy a dagger, I got many daggers.
I'd like to browse her goods.
Go right ahead.
Damn it, Jerry.
What does she have?
It's mostly just like really poorly made weapons.
I
Swords,
told you
daggers.
she's just weak.
Mm-hmm.
No weak
I mean,
person can
some of
possibly
them are
make a
all
good
right,
forge.
but they all just seem kind of cheap.
Those
Okay.
are probably made by like a
Yeah.
priest or something.
The craftsmanship's all right. It's just the materials are terrible.
I ask her if she. I ask her because the old man in the tavern told me to ask her about procuring a cart of sorts.
A cart? Oh no, nothing like that here in Terraville.
But could you be able to make me one?
No, sorry, I work with metal.
You can make a metal cart.
Be quite expensive.
You ever made a cut out of
I
dragon
got enough metal if you want me to try. Can't guarantee your horse will be able to pull it.
How expensive?
I can probably do it for about cost of metal. It's mostly just leftover iron and tin. I could do it for about 500 gold pieces.
I nod my head slowly. And how much for you to upgrade the cart we have?
Well, it depends what you want. New wheels I can do for about 20 gold pieces.
I guess I'll ask her if she will take a fist fight instead of the victor. Actually,
No.
Real quick, could I
Mm-hmm.
could I ask if Fisherman Joe has any spare rooms available?
Oh no, Fisherman Joe's out of town right now. He went down to Burlesque Bay. He went a couple months ago.
Could I stay in his empty house?
No, he very peculiar about that. He doesn't like people just barging into his house and sleeping in his bed.
very particular about that.
Keyword. She didn't say no. She just said he'd like it.
Alright, so they're never gonna know.
They're gonna know.
Well, I mean, they're never gonna know.
They're gonna know.
They're not gonna barge in.
Are you gonna break into his house? I mean, it's
I
just
think
next door.
I think they're
It's
going
very
to.
possible.
I ask her how long it would take to do wheels for our cart.
It'd take me about 4 days.
I look at the rest of the party. Is that cool with everybody?
Can they put?
I could help. How hard can blacksmithing be? I'm perfect.
I'm going to assume that yes, that's okay with everybody, and I tell her I'd like new wheels for our cart.
I'm not there.
I'll get started right away. Pay me upon delivery.
Hey, how much would it cost for a new base for the cart too?
That'll cost you about 500 gold pieces.
Joey, that's all we have. Is we have the wheels and the base.
I know. We just need a new cart.
I know we do.
Alright, so
So let's just fist fight for it.
No, we'll just stick
Clayton's
with
got,
wheels.
Like 40k.
I do have 4,000 because I took all the gold off of Mick. I have, I have 400 platinum pieces, 218 gold pieces, and 325 silver.
I've got 300 platinum plus other basic money.
I have like 2 gold, guys. Please.
Yeah,
Can
I got.
have something.
Yeah,
I'll
I got.
take donations.
Don't worry, when
Oh.
you start killing more dragons, you'll get the treasure hoards.
not if Howie takes them all.
Oh wait, I shouldn't have told you about the dragons.
You already
Right,
told
there
me
aren't gonna
about
be
the
any
dragons.
more.
Alright, so I'm gonna definitely keep Fisherman Joe's house in the back of my head, but I'm gonna first go over to the church and see about it. Is that the church? That
Can
seems
we
That
like
is
actually
the church.
go to-
He's gonna sexually harass you. Just don't go there.
Like, can we
Alright,
actually just
so-
like stay at the tin for the night and call it?
I think we're
Yeah.
winding down
Yeah,
to that.
actually, there is enough room in the one room. I mean, you have to sleep on the floor, but there's room.
I'm fine with that.
I rented the room for Raging and I and Rem.
I mean, and you can also just sleep outside on the not like outside the tavern, but like in the
In the
room.
main room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
look.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask Old Man Strange if I could just like sleep out in the dining hall.
Feel free. Anywhere, it's fine. Technically, you entered the whole goddamn place except for my room. I
Whoa,
did the wrong
we
voice
paid-
for him, but
We
fuck it.
paid a gold piece and we don't even get your room?
No, you see, my room. My room is my room.
Well, no. You're part of the tavern. We rented the tavern.
No, we don't know if it's attached to the tavern.
It's in fact not attached to the tavern.
Oh, then never mind. Then
Alright,
why do you
so-
say your room?
So I'm gonna scour the
one
dining
room.
room.
It's just not attached.
I'm gonna
Then
look
it's
out
like a
across the-
shed?
Fuck.
Pretty much.
Alright, you get away with it this time.
Alright, so I'm gonna look across the dining room and I'm gonna try to find the comfiest corner to sleep in.
There's actually a pillow in one of the corners.
Alright, I'm gonna go over to that pillow.
And you just lay down on it. I mean, do you want to try and attune to your fucking sword?
Yeah, I was gonna start the process of attunement.
Okay.
So I am in the stables with Bubsy and the cow or the goat that is getting all the milk from.
Mm-hmm.
He said they get a bucket
It's
of
a
milk.
single cow. It's really old.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm sleeping with Bubsy because Bubsy's, the stable. I'm pretty sure it's the cow. And Bubsy, the cow, and me, and some
Okay.
hay.
We could
Friva, what are you
feed the
doing?
milk out of the cow.
I'm just kind of around.
Okay, you're walking around town, knowing what you can get. Okay. Raging, you and Howie are sleeping in the room.
Well, there's some things I'd like to do first.
Okay, what are you doing?
Does the inn have a bathtub?
It has a tub. Yes.
I would
Howie-
like to clean myself up.
Okay.
Howie, do you have scented candles? I am not meditating.
He
without
does
scented-
have scented candles. I think he does.
I
Scented
do.
candles?
I do. I actually have
mean,
scented candles.
He has
Let's
candles.
set the mood now. Light the candles so I can meditate perfectly.
I set the mood in the room. I slowly take off my
Or,
clothing
like,
and I take a
How
bath.
far are you gonna at what point are you gonna set the mood? Like
Like
Are you
candlelit candlelit dinner, nice mood.
okay, so we're not getting to
No,
Marvin Gaye level.
yeah, I have Marvin Gaye right here.
it's okay. You don't have to do it.
Shit.
No, I'm sure. Howie's gonna take a bath. He's gonna have Rem clean him up,
Okay.
and just clean himself up a bit, make him look presentable. And then he's gonna get into bed with Raging.
Okay.
I'm meditating, just lying down.
Yeah, so I can do that too, but I'm gonna sleep.
Okay. So, Lyra, you grab the sword and begin the attunement process. It's something you've only done a handful of times before, when suddenly a voice echoes through your mind. A new hand touches the beacon.
Oh god damn it.
A new hand touches the beacon.
Is it a male voice or is it a female voice?
It is a male voice, but it's like
Can't
a
tell.
brooding male voice.
You definitely can't tell the gender, you fucking sexist pig.
Don't assume.
I didn't want to assume.
I'm just putting it up on stream now, what it is, because I knew what it was. It's just sitting there for the world to see now.
Let me just. Malice, Darren. No, it's not. It's
And with that, we are going to end.
How do I convert?
I'm just waiting for Austin to click on the stream and see what the picture is.
Alright, scroll down.
Did we get any viewers, or kind of just?
Yeah, we did. We hit like 5. There's a whole bunch of people in here now.
Oh,
Oh wow, that's surprising.
you actually just put Excalibur on there?
No, it's
No.
not that.
Is it not that sword?
No, it's not.
Excalibur from
It's
Soviet.
so much worse.
Oh, thank God. Okay. I was like, you were gonna give the singing sword
No,
to the
it's the
ninja?
perfect sword for Austin.
Okay,
That's
I thought you were gonna
John.
give the singing no stealth check sword to the ninja.
No, it's gonna be Katana from that one DC, that really bad beat.
Katana?
Oh, it's gonna be Katana's Katana.
The
That's
soul
what-
blade.
Consume swords.
Consume souls.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I'm
before we end, I have one last really important thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in bed with Raging. Is Raging wearing anything?
No, I go to sleep and I'm just in complete natural state.
All right, good, because I was gonna have to, if you were wearing something. Howie doesn't like that in his bed.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
He's also he brings his own pillow. It's got permanent pillow talk on it. You can't tell lies if you have sex in this bed.
I'm adding that to my inventory now.
Do it. I'll allow
This
one.
brings me back to my old sailing days.
Permanent pillow talk pillow.
Alright, it's confirmed, guys.
I'm just gonna add it to my inventory list I have written here because that's easier.
Like, can we just put it out there now? Raging's probably homosexual.
Okay. I guess I'll give you my bullshit next time.
Next time on Why Does My Arm Shake When I Eat Dirt?
So you think you can be my master?
Meanwhile,
It's
Tommy.
nothing personal, kid. But you don't have what it takes.
I'm gonna
I
be the
live-
Hokage.
I live for revenge, and you can't satiate my bloodlust.
That's
Even if you
Kitama.
take control of my body, I'll still succeed in the end. I've
Better one.
severed those bonds. I'm the last of my clan. Next time.
That's Katana.
Alright.
Whose sword consumes souls.
Thank you everybody who decided to watch and get this far with us tonight. And if you're watching the recording, thank you for watching all the way to the end. This has been Why Does My Arm Shake When I Eat Dirt with the Dragon Hearts Guild. And thank you all for watching.